take it.
CIA
Because if you want to be IFBB pro, especially, you gotta take it.
Like
Natural.
competitive.
No, it's not legal.
That's the only sport where it's not.
Yeah, competitive bodybuilding.
Yeah, you have to take it.
You have to.
Or you
Yeah.
can't. You naturally you can't.
It's
gain that
so
much
freaking
size.
hard.
There's two competitions, natural
And like,
it's not called unnatural. They don't.
but
say
there's such a
you
big
can't
difference.
take it,
There's such a big
but they
difference.
just don't care.
Like you see like classic physique, and then you see like
Yeah.
natural physique, and you're like, whoa. Like classic physique looks like how Olympia was back in the 70s,
Yeah.
and Olympia now looks like just.
They got cuts I didn't even know we were possible.
No, Olympia's just a bubble.
Like you
guy.
muscle I didn't even
Like,
know.
bubble
And I'm a
guy.
kinesiologist
Yo,
guy.
let me get a water.
That's not it.
Cause I gotta take coffee. Respects.
For me, men's physique is on the come up. Like
Bro,
with,
it's always been there.
Chris, but no.
Like, what do you mean?
Because Olympia,
come up?
it was only Mr. Olympia, right?
Yeah.
Now they have Mr. Olympia men's physique, Mr. Olympia classic, Mr. Olympia natural.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they have like these subcategories
Yeah.
to kind of make it more inclusive.
Uh-huh.
But I think the top divisions right now are like men's physique and then like the actual Olympia.
That's actually pretty lit.
Yeah. Because Olympia, that's where you see all the, you know, like supernatural, like big rounds, all like.
Yeah, and even they're doing that for powerlifting too. So there's many categories.
Yeah. Like not everybody's gonna power. The world's strongest man can't be like 170.
I
Like,
like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, of course, because there's. I think the biggest class is 120 kilo plus. So anything above 120. Like Wheels is competing for that. Even though he's under by 8 kilos.
you should watch Ryan Dengler. 19-year-old.
Oh, the little kid.
The athlete guy, not those. I got that little man.
No, well, who's the soccer guy? He's short as
No, not
hell.
him, not him. Ryan Dengler, he's a nice athlete. He's 19-year-old at college and just did his first like powerlifting, and he has a good physique. Like he's
How old is the guy?
19, man, and he's squatting like 5 plates, benching 3 plates.
On each side.
Yeah, deadlifting 6. Like
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? There was a kid in my high school, but he was like, I think he's natural. I'm not too sure, but like he's been working out since he was like 15 or 14 years old. But it's not. Some people say it affects you, but like I don't know if it does.
Aiden?
What affects you?
Like we're working out too early. Like it stops your growth or some shit. I don't know if it's a myth or not.
He just has a big build.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I used to
I don't
work
have
out at like 5
for me,
years.
Yeah.
Steven's body was
Steven's
that
awful.
was
That's not only
good for you.
Steven's his family,
Yeah.
bro.
But I
The
just
brother.
learned
that was
to
beautiful.
optimize my
Bro, both
strength.
Yeah.
sides different.
Like you wanna like get in shape and
Steven
shit.
is crazy.
But yeah.
his forearms, bro.
Yeah. Steven.
His forearms are bigger than my bicep. I'm done.
But see, like you don't wanna like you don't. But like I personally just wanna be fit.
Yeah.
I wanna be fit, healthy,
yeah.
feel strong, all that stuff.
For real.
But yeah, we already started by the way.
Oh, really?
So that's what it is. Like
Oh,
that, see,
I heard that.
so see
Yeah.
that way. Like I that happened to me.
So
in the,
just transition.
Yeah, that's a
then.
good
Exactly.
That's good. That's good.
And then you can just cut it in between.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like I'm pretty much gonna put the whole thing, but it started off perfectly. Like my second guy, I was doing it. He was super hungry. I'm like, yo, here you go, take some food, and then we just like started the right way. And I'm eating. I'm like, is this like the worst idea or the best idea ever? So it worked out. So welcome everybody to another episode on the podcast. Like you guys just saw, ease into it a little bit. Unedited, unscripted, just a free-flowing conversation in the barbershop. Although we're not in a barbershop, we are in our basement, but we got the setup going. So today we have like one thing I love about like barbering. I didn't know you guys, but like we literally just freaking became friends, and that is one thing I love, and then it can transition to so many things. So yeah, for real. 100%. But yeah, Abdullah, Sarthak, Craig, and Zain. I didn't want to fuck that up. But yeah, welcome guys. Thank you for coming here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having us. Our pleasure.
So yeah, again, unscripted, just flowing conversation. I'm gonna like interrupt your flow. You're gonna interrupt my flow, but we're gonna conversation going and stuff. And at the end of the day, the whole point of the show, as you guys are like I kind of explained before, and I messaged you guys, right? I'm like, the whole point of the show is just share your story.
Of course.
Like literally, just share your stories. And in the whole process of just sharing your stories, other people will kind of like pick up what you guys are doing, what went right, what went wrong. Because when somebody does something for a long period of time, or even just like the process of it, right? If you do it in 1 year, they can do it in like 6 months.
Yeah.
So you just cut down the process right away.
It's like people say like it's a marathon, right? It's not a race.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's all in your own time. You don't have to rush about anything, or
Everyone has their own pace.
your own path. So
Yeah.
just that's how it should be. And,
Yeah.
and I've known you for like 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, you were the first one, right? Yeah.
3 years.
I met you at Maverick. Yeah.
And since then you changed
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah. no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yes.
Cause like we learned by other people, right? Like I learned from you, you learn from me, and then that's what it is.
And then you put all the boys on.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
The whole
That's what it is.
There's one time we came right before prom.
It's a community. Yeah. You
Oh,
came for
We mission to your crib for
I
that.
know. Yeah.
All mans got cut off.
That was like 2 days before our prom.
Like a day off or the day before? A
Next
day
day was
before.
prom.
Yeah. I was literally on your Instagram before you came. I don't know if you saw, but like I like that prom picture. Like literally,
Oh, yeah,
it's a
yeah,
coincidence. But yeah, like 100%.
There was just this like trust built, like especially over this like long pause of the time.
That's what that's what barbershops are, right?
Yeah.
Like I was watching this video before you guys got here, and they were literally talking like so many things are gonna get automated and all that stuff. And then like teachers, they were talking about teachers and stuff, and they're like, oh, how they don't get paid enough. But they were just talking about how a person with a bat, like a baseball player, will always get paid more than the teacher. But the person like they're delivering more value. They're actually willing to pay the person who's like shooting the shit out of the ball out of the stadium than the teacher, because there's supply and demand. Supply and demand. Like so many teachers are getting like pushed out of their jobs or careers. Like supply is too much.
The Doug Ford's doing that to our teachers right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's
I mean,
nuts.
It's one. What Doug Ford's doing? What he did yesterday about? He got tweeted about something about some thing happened at York. There was a protest. There was a protest that was going on.
Yeah, move on close a little bit. Yeah.
And it was like it was just a. So at York we have these different clubs. And it was just a protest going on.
Yeah.
And he targeted one of the communities.
Yeah.
And said it was like a racialized protest on their behalf or something like that.
Yeah,
So it was just taken out of proportions and out of context. I think what he's doing in Ontario is a pretty shit job.
Yeah, yeah. The political views, like, they all differ, but yeah, it's just messed up.
Yeah.
A lot of people are being affected by it. They don't have no freaking jobs. But yeah, so let's just dive right into it. Like, we already dived into it, but yeah, so I want to give, like, the people, whoever's listening, who you are, what you're about. Just give a little rundown where you're from and what you're doing right now. So yeah, go ahead. We'll start, we'll go this way, but yeah.
My name is Abdullah. I'm a second-year student at Rice University. I'm doing business right now. I don't have a job. I do an e-commerce business.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
Where are you from?
I'm
He
also-
rehearsed this. He definitely rehearsed it on the car. He's like, yo, this is what I'm gonna say. Not too much information, and that's
Just
it.
kidding.
But yeah,
I've been
it's cool.
practicing this
Oh man. Like, you know what it is when you go up to the stage and you're like, your nerves are calm. Yo, the first episode that I was doing is actually like super messed up.
Yeah.
I was like, my nerves were calming down, like, and then I literally went in. I'm like, all right, yo, guys, we're good. And then now it just like, it flows quickly. So eventually, like, the nerves fall off, and you're like, all right, we're into the groove and shit.
Exactly.
But sorry to cut you off. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm from Karachi, Pakistan. I lived there for 14 years.
True.
I moved 2014, so it's been like 6 years in Canada.
Yeah. True. Solid.
Hey guys, my name is Sarthak, and I'm a second-year student at York. I do kinesiology. I work at Zara, just a part-time job right now.
Yeah.
And, I moved here. I moved to Canada like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
From Dubai. I'm originally from India, and since then, I mean, Canada's been my home. My family's been here. It's been a good time. That's where I met the boys.
Yeah.
Everyone. So it's always a good time. And except the winter.
Yeah.
I can handle Canada, but other than that, yeah.
You know what it is? Like, a lot of people did pick up like winter sports and shit. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes it go easy, but I'm not into that shit. I'd rather do a podcast
I
in
can't
winter
do that.
time.
Hockey,
Just
yeah.
move forward.
Just stay indoors.
Yo, trust me.
For real.
But yeah, just still working. But yeah. Who's next?
Alright. So my name's Craig, born and raised in Dubai. The Dukes are from India.
The Dukes.
Right now. And moved here in 2010.
Uh-huh.
So going on about 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, sick. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you've been here the longest?
What school do you go to?
Oh, Sheridan for computer science.
My guy, bro, is my co-host now. He's my co-host,
I go to
man.
Sheridan
Nice.
for computer science, and I'm planning on doing a business program after that.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
MBA?
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely my co-host. But yeah, alright, Zain.
most likely, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get that team lead
It's
position.
100
Right.
Gotta get the man done,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Yo, go do my job for me, you know?
My name is Zain. We're all second year students.
Yeah.
I go to York for film.
Yeah.
It's been a passion of mine, and so that's what I'm doing. I came to Canada originally from Pakistan,
Yeah.
but came to Canada I think 2014.
Okay.
Around the same time as Abdullah and
Yeah.
Sarthak, so
Nice.
pretty similar. But I grew up though in Dubai, so I've kind of moved around a bit, even places within Dubai. So never kind of been in one place my whole life.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of like a part of like who I am now. I feel like I can't stay in one place for too
Right.
long. I like
How
to,
old were you
know,
when you moved to
constantly move.
Dubai?
I was I think 3 months after I was born in Pakistan.
Yeah.
We went straight
That's
to
young.
Dubai.
That's young.
So yeah, I never lived in Pakistan, although that's like
True.
my home country. I just
Yeah.
never lived there. But yeah, and here we are.
Do you remember anything from Pakistan? Or did you ever visit back or no?
I do visit. Like I did
Yeah.
visit back a lot, especially when I was in Dubai, because it's it's so
It's
close.
so close, yeah.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, in Dubai, I went every
2
year.
hour.
Yeah.
Dubai, we went every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like it's
It's not that
convenient.
expensive
It's
too.
not
You
that
could go on the
expensive.
weekend. You could go on the weekend
Yeah.
and
Come
come
back.
still be back
Yeah.
on work for Sunday.
It's literally like
Yeah.
a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like,
what it is.
For me, it's like in Dubai when I lived there, we used to go like every year because like we have family there. Obviously,
Yeah.
like my only living grandparents are still there.
Yeah.
And then ever since I moved to Canada, literally I went in 2014, so that's 4 years after I moved here,
Yeah.
and I haven't been since. So I haven't been to Dubai in over 10 years,
Yeah.
and India in over like 4 or
The
5 years.
distance catches up.
So you haven't left the country in a while.
Yeah, fam, facts. Like I have my passport and everything, but nah, I haven't just left. It's weird.
Yo.
I've been to the US and shit, but like
Mhm.
that's like
But not actually branched out.
yeah, exactly. I haven't gone and seen my family in a minute.
Yeah, we're going next year though.
Facts.
Yo, you just came back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about a trip we've been planning.
like
Like,
summer,
Yeah.
like Cancun type.
Okay,
thing.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
And then
Like
I'm
a
going
resort.
I'm going to India next
Yeah.
year too. My cousin's getting married. That's low key. But
Everybody
yeah, my cousin's getting married. next
pulls
year.
up, yeah.
I'm
You know how brown parties
yo,
get,
so
man. Like thousands of
Going
people.
back home because girls from there, so going back home for a wedding.
Yeah.
Gonna see my family after a long time.
Yeah.
Literally, they're holding the wedding in December just for me. Cause like I'm so busy with like I can't get time off to just go like leave the country.
Yeah.
So they're holding it in December, so like the whole family could be there.
Did you say it was your cousin again?
Yeah, my
your
first cousin.
First cousin.
Yeah.
That's solid. Yo,
It's just me, but I don't like India. I'll be honest. Like
that's
Yeah.
a good. Let's
Like-
hear it. Yeah.
like,
Why don't you
I've moved I moved to Dubai when I was 4 years old, so I don't
Yeah.
remember much from
Yeah.
India. But I just never liked India, even going back. Just the people are nice because they're your family, even
Yeah,
though you
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
them. But
Uh-huh.
it just the state that after you've lived in Dubai, which is
Uh-huh.
like not India, which is a third world country.
Yeah.
Your
Dubai is a third world country.
Yeah. Oh no, India.
India. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were talking
Uh,
about Dubai. What? What?
No. So your standards of living go up. And
Yeah.
Your expectation.
Go up
of-
to.
So
Yeah.
So going back, it's always been, one of the things that
Is
is
it-
dreaded.
India's not a third world country.
It
Yes,
is.
it
It
is.
is. It is.
India,
Really?
yeah, India,
Their growth
Pakistan
is ridiculous. It's like what is China?
China's decent. Like the GDP.
I thought
I don't know the
they
exact
based
numbers.
First world, second world, third world based on like the war.
No.
Like based on who fought.
No.
Like the alliances.
No.
or some shit?
It's
First
all
world is
economy.
based on
Yeah,
Economy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Economy.
Education.
That's
all
what
that
I
stuff.
originally believed, but
Yeah.
someone told me it was based on that. Okay, I guess man's giving me wrong information.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, no. Going back, it's always been terrible.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. Like
I don't like it either.
every time I go, I get sick or like.
It's
Yeah.
sick,
I love-
definitely.
I
Yeah.
love meeting my family because
Yeah.
like that's like what we are, very close knit family. You know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of family in Dubai, India, even here.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest, like I have family in Australia. Like it's
Okay.
weird. Like,
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of family, so it's like I love seeing them and all, but India is just like that type of place where it's like you have to be careful where you eat, you have to be careful when
Yeah.
you go out, like
100%.
you have to just like it's like very different, and there's like a lot of corruption and a lot of
Yeah.
it's
It's
very like
The one thing that really gets me is the dirtiness. I can honestly never get over the dirtiness that I see
Yeah.
in India compared to where I've been. It's
Uh-huh.
just it just
but
really.
that's because of overpopulation.
Yeah.
There's
That
not
too,
bunch
but
of reasons,
really much
right?
to
Yeah.
There's
that.
there's so many
Poverty
reasons.
levels,
Yeah.
corruption, like there's animals running free.
Yeah.
It's garbage everywhere.
So many stray dogs.
The rules are not as strict as other places
Uh-huh.
because like you could buy people, right?
But you can
Corruption.
blame all of that on the education too. As much as we're getting educated right now on health and finance and all this right now, there's not much education except academia. Over
Uh-huh.
there in
Yeah,
India,
yeah.
it's all bookish.
Yeah, yeah.
In India and Pakistan,
They're book smart.
They're
Yeah.
book smart.
They're super book smart, yeah.
But they don't know what's like going on around the world
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like what's
Yeah,
what.
but you could say that here too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
was
you
gonna
think
say-
about
Yeah, you
Western
should.
culture,
Uh-huh.
they don't know jack shit about Europe. They don't know
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
about the country outside of North America. If you think
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
like some of them don't even know it's football and not soccer.
Yeah,
Some of them don't know what
That's what
cricket
it
is.
is. That's a
Damn,
big
2
thing.
billion people play cricket.
Yeah.
Soccer is big, yes, don't get me wrong, but relax. Like there's other big sports,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
other big things. So you couldn't say India is not things. I think in that sense, the rest of the world is more knowledgeable than Western.
North America, that
North
is true.
America.
I
North
think-
America
yeah.
values North America.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
because
There's a difference.
I agree with that.
There are smarter people coming out of India than North America, in my
That's fine.
opinion. They just don't get valued that way.
Yeah, but a degree from North America is valued more than a degree.
That is
from
true.
That's
India.
because of the way people
the way it
portray
works,
the world.
job, everything.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, because with post-secondary, they don't have enough resources to build a proper university. That's what I think. But in terms of, we were talking about how their book sport, Sarthak brought it up. But the thing is, in India and Pakistan, the poverty rate is 50%. So 50% of the population is uneducated. They're uneducated. They don't know about cleanliness, littering, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's because of the fact that they're book smart. It's because of the fact that they're uneducated.
We're just all brought up a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we get taught at a young age, this is a certain way. India is not that, or Pakistan or a third world country does not have that luxury.
Because
You know, you can't blame that on them, and like it sucks to see that happening in our home country because like for obvious reasons, right? Our parents are from there. We have their family there. But at the end of the day, it's like I personally just don't enjoy going there because like I don't feel secure
Like-
in that place. Besides, like if I'm at home with family, I'm good.
Mhm.
Outside of that, I don't like it.
like honestly, like if I didn't move from India,
Yeah.
my growth would be stunted. Like my mind,
That's a good point.
Coming here,
Yeah.
you see what your horizons become
Yeah,
way
100%,
bigger.
100%.
So you don't know what's beyond. Because in India, it's just pass your 10th grade whatever boards and all this and that. Get a decent
It's all
job.
about, yeah.
It's all like get a decent
Get
job.
in line.
I
Get
would
in line,
not-
Doctor,
yeah.
I would-
engineer. How,
Yeah.
I would
how many
disagree
times have you
with
heard
that.
that?
Doctor, engineer, lawyer,
I would disagree.
anything
with
other
that.
than that? What do you
Like,
mean?
I have family there that's born raised out of India that comes up and does know about like the outside world, whatever. Like you know what I mean?
No,
But, like,
but
but majority,
not like
A very
no.
small.
majority is
What
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying?
Exceptions are
Yeah.
in every
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
But-
majority is what he's saying. It's
Yeah.
very like closed-minded.
Yeah.
They go with their culture and that's it.
That's like exactly.
They're not open-minded to change.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I think every single point of view of like all four of you, like it was valid in its own like respected area, but at the end of the day, there's like a bubble for everything, right? Like it's not like black and white. It's always in the gray, and of
Yeah.
course, like every single culture has its like ups and downs. Like even sometimes the culture thing as like yeah, like they just don't have the opportunity. Like going back to your point,
But
not
then-
everybody.
But then shouldn't the government or the people make that opportunity for the people?
100,
Like-
but yo, there's good and bad people everywhere. So people are trying
No,
to
of
work
course,
it out
yeah,
and trying to
yeah.
help other people. So let's just say, right, you get an opportunity. You come to Canada. You got the opportunity. You expand your horizon. You've seen the better side of the world. And now, would you work so hard that you become successful? And now you're
Go
trying to go back. would you do that? Now it comes to the person. So I think at the end of the day,
exactly.
it's about
I
your
agree with
person.
that.
It's
It's
your
your
you gotta.
morality and
Yeah, do you want to take
morals.
responsibility that
Yeah.
you gotta give back or not? And I think giving back is one of the main things. Like we
Yeah.
can point fingers at everybody, and of course there are very corrupt people in the world, but it's not just bad and good. It's
No,
not
of
just
course.
all bad, right? It's,
Gotta
there's a
remember
lot
where
of
it
good
came
too.
from.
You know,
Yeah.
one of the
100%.
things- One of the things that I got out of like each point that was made,
Yeah,
especially what we started with when we were talking about, like, you know, he doesn't like India.
yeah,
I think it's one of these things that, like from like people of that background that live outside the country,
yeah,
we're constantly
or something.
no, we're constantly told that, you know, oh, never forget your roots,
yeah,
never forget this, never forget that, and
Yeah.
we were given all these reasons, but then it confuses because we're like, okay, we don't allow ourselves to question why people are giving us these remarks. You know, like, okay, if those are the roots, if those are our roots,
that's
why
very
should we heavily believe in it? You know, like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. Like, my ancestors, my grandfather, my father were born there,
Yeah.
raised there. I wasn't.
uh-huh.
And you know, one of the reasons it's understandable for these people, like these guys, to come up with that kind of conclusion
Yeah.
is because we have this like sort of, I like to call it like a perspective shift. You know, especially when we move somewhere, we kind of see things from a different point of view.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and especially our judgments. Our
But
judgments raised.
Piggybacking on that, it's not only just because we moved, it's also because our generation is different.
Mm.
Our generation is more open-minded to change. If you think
Yeah.
about it from,
Would you really say that? Would you,
I
yeah.
would. I
Well-
say the
well,
2000
Yeah, yeah.
generation.
No, it's a good way to look at it.
No,
I'm not
it
saying
is,
you're
it
wrong.
is,
I'm
it
just
is.
questioning. Yeah.
From
Yeah.
I'm born in the 2000s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So from that up, I think we have more people willing to change
Yeah.
than from people that have been brought up with black and white.
Uh-huh.
But this is the way it goes, and that's it. There's straight, there's female, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Not only about the LGBTQ
Yeah,
community or whatever,
yeah.
but I'm saying in general, like
I hear
we're
you.
more open to change
Yeah.
in a way, right?
I hear you.
I guess say that's a perspective. That's why we have these feelings. Like these guys are brought up one way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have an open mind and we think for ourselves.
100%.
I say that's what the difference is.
So
that I can continue.
no, but no, did I cut you off or are you done?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, see, like always, like I keep reminding myself, like yo, shut up, listen to the whole thing, and then talk. And sometimes I just can't. Yeah.
No,
So
no,
I think, yeah.
It's like.
But no, you gotta listen. You gotta listen to the whole point of view. But yeah, no, that's a solid point of view. But at the end of the day, so I get the whole thing about like you know why we have the perspective and how we concluded that you know this is why they were brought up and being open-minded and all that stuff. But I think it's some of our parents' upbringing too. So like we need to be educated or we need to educate ourselves. So right now I'm actually so like before you guys came here, I didn't know if this was gonna be a good turnout or not.
Yeah.
I was hopeful that it would be good, but the conversation turned out to be perfect.
Yeah.
And then, cause you're trying to get the perspective of people, right?
People
Like
are-
what's it called? So you guys are like
Right,
the new
right,
generation
yeah.
and what people are actually. But so now it's up to us to have the conversation. So I'm glad we're having the conversation, and then how we can help other people out too, right? So, do you think it's your responsibility now? So since we're having this conversation, to go help like you know back home and stuff, because going back to like the point that oh don't forget your roots and why people keep saying that is because they have fought very hard, man. My parents have worked so freaking hard to get me here because they know this is a better opportunity. They understood that you know the open-mindedness is a big thing, and when you come here, you you embrace the culture of North America and they have better opportunities, and of course I won't deny that. So they've like that is why people tell us don't forget your roots.
But like in my position right now,
Yeah.
obviously I wouldn't like right now.
Yeah.
I don't think in the next 20 years I'm gonna go back and you know. I'm not saying like I'm
No,
like,
yeah. I'm not saying like you
Yeah, yeah.
have to go,
No.
but it just like I want to hear what you think. Yeah.
I think it all depends on the person
Yeah.
of how you think. If you truly believe that your country or wherever your roots are from
Yeah.
are lacking that much,
Yeah.
then you have every right to go back and educate or start a program and we've seen so many people come back from you know the States or wherever they've been
Yeah.
come back and you know start these programs like you know to help the poverty, health, and all that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of issues going on
100%.
all over the world.
Yeah.
And then charities and all that. I think if you're first of all stable, financially stable enough to do that for yourself, do it to the people, you're most welcome to. I think being a philanthropist is really good to help people out, help a charity once in a while. It's a great deed. But there's so many layers and so many complex ideas to going back and doing your thing. It's just not in my plans right now.
Totally get it.
You know,
I totally get it.
I think I've had a lot of conversations about this specific topic with Abdullah. I think we talk about this a lot, especially, well, not as deep as, if it goes to health and like poverty. Well, this, especially this point, I look at it from like my point of view. So as if like, oh, if I were to go back. And I always kind of go back and forth and contemplate that. Oh, like my goal obviously is to have a production company, yada yada yada.
We'll get to that. We'll get to ambition.
And so like we'd have conversation where I'd go like, oh, so what if I get established enough that like I don't know, maybe I want to go back to my country and kind of make it poppin' over there. Sometimes you kind of get this like
urge
to kind of go back and I don't know, do something for your country. Although you haven't lived there, there's this weird kind of connection that you have.
I think that connection starts at a certain age. I think that's like at that certain age you want to go back and you miss. Like I remember when my when my grandparents or my grandfather was alive. I didn't really cherish those moments while I was in that moment.
Because you were young.
Yeah,
you're so young.
Living now, I'd be like, oh, like I miss him so much. So in that moment, when you are in that moment, like later on, you want to help. Now sitting here, we wouldn't know how we would feel later on. So I guess it just comes with age and maturity and all that. It just comes with that. I think it'll come, but
I love that. For me, like I think the most different in the sense that I've spent the most years in Pakistan. So like even my parents still live in Pakistan. So over here I don't have any family, so I can't just cut off Pakistan. Like I visit once every year. And like over there, one thing I noticed is the family is really close in. So the family values are much stronger over there. Like over here, it's
very good point.
The love you get is from your friends mostly and your close family, like your children, your parents. But over there, it's like all your cousins. We're all just a close-knit family. So for me, one thing I keep missing. Like if I don't go back to my country after a year, like I'll miss my cousins. There's gonna be some consequences, and I'll miss my cousins. So, I have strong connections too.
I totally get that. Oh man, shit! I just had a point in my head and I just slipped right in my mind. Oh, got it back. Yeah. No, that's a great freaking way to look at it.
It's different for everyone, right?
100%.
Because like for me, like
you guys are all speaking from your own point of view, right? And that's what we want.
No, like for me, like I said before, like I have family Dubai, India, Canada, Australia. Bro, fuck UK too, like
everywhere.
It's not just going back to one country.
So, like for me, technically, I was born in Dubai. So I technically before Canada, I had a visa to India. But it was different because Canada was the first time like I actually got like full-on passport, like this and that. Like when you're born in Dubai and you're not Arab, you don't get citizenship.
You don't get shit.
So for me, it's like I guess in my own way, like Canada was like the first place that accepted me. With like citizenship-wise. So
Canada's been your home from the beginning.
From the beginning, right? But that doesn't say, oh, that's where my ties are at. I have a lot of family here, like a lot. Like half my mom's family's here, my dad's family's here, but then I have a lot of family in India, a lot of family in Dubai, and like. Family is not only blood. It's also the people that care about you, the people you care about, that are also just like friends from a very long time. Like I know a lot of people that my mom went to college with, that live in Dubai and are still close with us, that come visit us every now and then. That's coming next year for my mom and dad's 25th anniversary.
We better write it down.
like that's blood. Like,
100%.
Even though it's not blood, I consider it blood. Like I consider them, like I respect them to the point where it's like that's another family of mine. They're like another set of parents. Like that. So it's like for me, it's like I'm not tied down to any place. but I would say Canada is my home.
Yeah, fair enough.
That is a very good point, but I'm gonna go back to his point of view. Like you said it perfectly, great point. But Abdullah said that like he's gonna go back. Like his whole family's from there, but a lot of problems that like since they're so close, so it's almost like we mirror each other's qualities and then their values. Most of the values are dope and everything, but some of the values that don't serve you. So sometimes you actually have to leave, get better, and then come back.
I think there's a whole independence versus dependent.
Boom! That's exactly what I mean.
You're independent. You have to make your own name here.
My parents left. Like they're not here right now in Canada. Like they went back home. So it's just like it's almost the same routine, but there's a different feeling to it, right? It's like, oh, I gotta be more independent. I gotta be more on point. I gotta do all this shit, like stuff like that. So sometimes you kind of have to leave the nest that you're in to get better, and then come back and kind of like feed them the a bigger thing.
Like my dad always said, like my dad and mom went through hell and back to get my brother and me here.
Yeah.
For one reason.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
There you go.
My brother.
Don't waste that.
Yeah, exactly.
To myself first. Don't waste it.
Like
Work hard.
To my house, there's a picture in the living room.
Yeah.
And if you walk upstairs, another picture of my brother's graduation. He's an electrical engineer.
Yeah.
My parents are mad proud.
Yeah, 100%.
Man's made it. Like obviously he's gonna make it further, do whatever.
Like in the parent side, they've made it. Yeah.
They got at least one of their kids, and I'm on the come up. Right?
100%.
So right now they're satisfied with what they have, but like they're waiting for me to make it. And my dad always jokes about, once you get out the house, I'm gonna move back to India.
Yeah.
My mom always jokes
about my parents went. They left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
my brother graduated. The next day they're like, yo, we're booking a flight, we're out.
That's what I'm saying. It's like my dad always jokes about it, and then we like shake it off like it's nothing. But like I said, we're talking about family ties.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it might actually happen.
It is true, bro.
My mom's been she always threatens me like you act like this, I'm gonna leave. I'm like, what?
No, they're here for us to give a better. Bro, they're sacrificing so much of their life for us to have an opportunity, and then they're not really joking. Honestly, for what I think of it, they're not really joking. They're like they're actually serious. They're like, yo, do your shit. I'm gonna get you settled, and then
boom,
I'm out.
Because let's put it this way.
Like they've worked hard for us.
If you look at it financially,
parents are a blessing. Yeah.
His parents, my parents, his parents.
Yeah.
Because like your family's still in Pakistan, but like us three.
Yeah.
We're making.
Bank to the point.
Yeah. We were making bank to the point. My mom's company literally gave her a promotion just so she would stay.
Yeah.
She was like,
she's nah.
She's like, nah.
It's for my son.
Dubai rules are different.
Yeah.
You get kicked out of the country at 18.
Yeah.
They're like, go back wherever your parents are from.
Wow.
Work and then come back.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, we need to give our children this opportunity, and we take that for granted in a way. We never tell our parents.
Boom. I love that.
We never
I love that.
Sometimes we really
Not
do.
sometimes, Sarthak.
Listen.
90% of the time,
no, but
we take advantage of our parents.
At this age, we don't have the mental maturity for that.
Exactly.
No, you can't say that.
No, because I'm
actually
thinking.
Wait. That was the wrong wording. That's a good point of view. Keep working, but it's a point of view.
I think we never tell our parents we love them enough to the point where it's like we actually mean it. We only say it when it matters. We never say it because we want this. It's like
I'm getting chills right now, but I'm gonna talk.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They went through shit to get us here. Yeah. We take so much advantage. Like, let's just say, like, obviously, like.
Give me some props right now.
These two them enough. Yes. And I understand it's our lives and like we have to go our own path.
Yeah.
But in a certain way.
I think we do though.
I don't disagree with that. 100%. I want my own way, my own path. This and that. But at the same time, I think like we need to like back it, like bring it down to a certain level because obviously their mind is. These are our values. Mm-hmm. We want our children to have these values. Yeah. We brought you here for opportunity, not to change. But change is good.
Yes.
And in their perspective, it's not like change to a certain extent, right? You know what I mean?
You're talking about the gray area, not the black and white.
But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we just take them for granted.
You obviously kind of disagree with him, so I want you to hear
that.
Yeah,
well, not disagree. I'm just saying, like, bottom line is we just have to make something of ourselves. That's the reason our parents brought us here.
Yes.
We have to do it, and we got like you shouldn't say, "Oh, I have to make something of myself just to my parents brought me here." That's wrong motivation. You should have in your mind, I want to be something because I want to be something, not because my parents brought me here. Okay, this and that, whatever.
No, but now
you should have that.
You should have that decent respect.
No, of course.
Do it for them.
Let's hear him out first. Yeah.
Respect's there. I agree, but no, I'm saying you should have that mental drive to make it for yourself. There's levels of motivation. There's first level. Let's hear him out. Yeah, keep first
going.
level, second level, third level. You know, and the first level is like, oh, my parents want me to do this, I'm gonna do it. Second level, third level. When you go deeper and deeper, you get to what you truly want, and what you truly want for yourself when you're happy. Let's say an example when you're working, right? When you put headphones on.
Yeah.
That's the first level of motivation. You hear that music, makes you want to pump more.
Uh-huh.
But when you take those
I
headphones
love where you're
off,
going with this. Keep going.
When you take those headphones off, you have that motivation. You like there's nothing going on. You see yourself in the mirror. You want to make your body better. You want to get your fitness goals. You reach that second and third level of motivation, and you hit that workout. Get that goal that you want to get. I'm not even talking about.
You're talking about internal motivation.
Internal motivation is
not external.
It's also a perspective. Like I understand where you're coming from, personal motivation, all that. But I think the root to all of that is your parents.
Yeah, no. I have a point to make.
Hit us. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to be like the devil's advocate.
Yeah, do it.
But like, okay, in my opinion, I think, of course, we gotta respect our parents, and parents are amazing. We love our parents for what they've done. But I also think that we do put our parents at an extremely high pedestal, especially when it comes to our own life.
It goes back to his Sarthak point. Keep going. Yeah,
so,
let's hear
just kind of like bouncing off of what he says. And obviously, there are a lot of things I want to personally do for my parents.
Yeah.
And I do. The thing is, I understand where they come from.
Yeah.
But I think the issue arises when they stop understanding where we come from. There's a lot of talk where people go like, oh, you gotta do this for your parents, and you love your parents. Your parents brought you here for this, yada yada yada. Okay, just because I see things differently doesn't mean like wrong, I gotta like that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like it's
about having an open dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. And you brought me here. And I grew up in a different kind of environment.
Culture. And we're always going to be thankful for that.
Yeah, and I see things differently. And respects to you. I mean, you sort of kind of paved that way for me. You allowed me to see things differently.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't completely agree with what he's saying, although I do understand what he's saying. But, I just think we give them a little too much credit. Like, we gotta take some time to step back.
But then that goes with every person. It's
no,
independent individuals.
Let me tell you something.
Speak at one time, but yeah. Speak at one time.
But me personally, why it's different.
I love this.
Why it's different for me personally, and they can disagree because
no, of course.
My parents give me more.
They're not disagreeing. It's just a slightly different point of view.
My parents give me more leeway.
Yeah.
Than their parents give them. Like, I was gonna take a year off college.
Yeah.
And my mom got to the point where she's like, okay, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
I'm
the prime example right here, but keep going.
Like it was to the point where my mom was ready to be okay, and then my brother was like, hell no.
Yeah.
He got into his laptop, put in all my information. He was like, come here, pick a course. I know you. This is what you like. Pick one. You're going to college, and then it was the biggest like relief. Like when I got to college, I was like, bro, thank God for like my brother to do that. But in a way, like it's like
when was this?
Before going to college.
School, like,
really?
Yeah, right before going to college, I was gonna take a year off.
Even before going to college?
That's when you decide.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Yeah. You said you're off from college.
Not go to college for a year.
No.
Like take a break.
I thought it was recent.
No, but that's not taking a break. You decided not to go to college.
Yeah.
No. I was going to go.
When he was planning to go to college, he decided that he didn't want to go. He wanted to take a year off.
Okay.
That's where he's at.
Like for me, it's like I was university bound.
Yeah, I got you.
I was like straight like all university academic classes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could have gone to university if I wanted to.
Yeah.
It was just not for me.
Right?
And imagine that, brother. Engineer. He's 4 years older.
Yeah.
So when I went to college, university, he graduated.
Yeah.
Right? He got a job right before graduation.
Yeah.
So in my parents' mind, it's like.
Craig's gonna get one too.
Yeah, like look at your brother.
Yeah.
He went to university, graduated. No, but let me.
Go on, sorry.
So they're open-minded to the point where like they respect my point of view, my values, and like what I want to do with my life. and like, but they also have their input in it, right? My mom still talks to me every day about business, this and that, like move into business, do this, do that, like what do you like, are you passionate about this, and all that. But that's what I think. My point of view when it comes to my parents are different than theirs because I'm not restricted to a certain thing, and in a way you are like in a way, Zain, how hard was it for you to convince them to let you go into
But they did it.
or singing and all
They
that?
let him do it.
But it was harder for him to get to that point.
But it's about having the conversation, and that's what it's all about.
But for me, it's like I am less restricted to those bounds, so I have different views on different things.
Yes.
So that's why, like, when they disagree with me, it's like, or not even disagree, but
they're
like,
not disagreeing. It's just It's
like I get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm not as restricted to certain things.
I want to take this conversation like just sidestep. Can I? Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, the floor is yours.
Going back to his point, you don't need to go to university to be successful.
Oh no.
How many times?
No, we're not talking about that.
I said like I was university bound.
He was telling his. He's telling his story.
Way. Like college was. That spoke to me because like I'm more hands on. I don't like I can be book smart. Like
what are you studying again?
Computer science.
Okay, cool.
And I'm gonna transition into business after like MBA.
MBA, big boy.
But like I could have gone to university. Like I had all the courses I needed. I did that in high school for no reason. But like it was a reason because I wanted to. But then when I got down to it, I was like, is this for me? No, like no, there was a reason to go to university. Like it was like that's what the norm was. Everyone's like, university. But when I thought about it, I was just like, why would I go to university? That's not who I am. Like I'm not like I want like 300 people in a lecture, sit down and like listen to the prof this and that. For me in college, you sit at a table with other people, you have your laptops out, and it's like group discussions and all this. And it's like yes, some universities also do that, but it's more hands on.
I get you. I get it.
So that's what I was, and that's why like you don't have to be like. There's a lot of successful college men. Obviously, like I'm still going with the flow, doing whatever, but like that's what I'm saying.
No, no.
Are you done?
Bro, no, wait. He's speaking from his heart.
Whole speech.
Bro, no. I'm telling you, he's speaking from his heart. I love the passion.
Bro, if you don't like it, just cut.
No. Why, guys, it's all love.
I know.
It's all love.
You just have to make that clear.
I get it, guys. At the end of the day, he's speaking from his heart. He's speaking from his passion, and it's coming straight from the heart. And that's why, with no script, with nothing, he's bro.
A lot of passion.
So thank you for that. I agree.
My mouth is fucking dry. Holy, bro, no brand deals. You don't know what type of water this is, bro.
Oh, man.
I don't even know.
This is amazing.
Back to the topic about family. I don't
Bro, we spent 44 minutes. We spent 45 minutes on one topic. I don't know if this is gonna go 10 hours God, but yes, Abdullah. Testosterone.
2 minute
Testosterone.
What I said.
Listen, of the family 2 minute match.
I'm authentic. There you go.
You're authentic.
He's like
The brown roots are coming in. Fresh off the boat. Yo, there's so many words I can't say in English. It's hilarious. Yeah. My V's are screwed.
Very good.
I'm not that bad. Oh my God.
But yeah, Abdullah.
Zain was saying
yes,
about,
Abdullah.
We give them
anyway.
too much credit.
No.
I wouldn't say we give them too much credit because some people, I know most people don't give them any credit.
Facts.
Ooh.
We're
still on this topic?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 1,000 apologies.
You're done for the night.
But Zain's right about the part where we do like there's a lot of times where I wanted to do something that my parents say don't do this.
Yeah.
Right? But I still do it anyways, and it turned out to be better for me because I learned so much through that experience.
Yeah.
And just me doing right now, like past 2 years I've tried a lot of different ventures, on my own, and all of those ventures my parents said don't do them.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm at the point where, I'm having an income that my parents say can't just tell me don't do this because they see the money coming in. and now I can tell them like, yo, I proved you wrong. And if I didn't do that thing,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't have learned a lot from that experience.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I hear you. Yeah.
we don't.
We don't have to stick to the norm of
Yeah.
listening to our
Yeah.
parents.
And I do get it. Like, they've had different upbringings, so in their time they didn't have these opportunities that I do. So they didn't have a job while they were studying.
Yeah.
They just stuck to what their parents said,
Mhm.
and now they see me doing something else because I have the opportunity and awareness. They don't agree with it, and I don't necessarily have to conform to them.
Because they don't understand it.
That is beautifully said. But I think just to add to that real quick, and I'm just gonna put a bow tie on this whole topic so we can move on.
Yeah.
We gotta get
Please.
a lot done, but you gotta have the discussion, and then when they see that coming in and they do see the results, then they understand.
Yeah.
So
now
it's
they
just
do.
having an open conversation and then genuine conversation that you actually bring something to the table. One of the other episodes we were talking about this. You gotta bring something to the fucking table. Shit, I just swore. A person, no, I'm joking.
I'm pretty sure
We're
you
still
have
on
the same
this.
experience as Abdullah, no? You're like becoming a barber.
So my story relates to literally every single one of you, of them giving us opportunity and then we like not giving them enough credit. It's actually the other day, out of nowhere, I was going back to maturity. I think everybody has the maturity and everybody has the level of thinking, but they just need to think about it. They need to think about the topic. They need to think about their parents and actually like properly internalize the whole process that they went through to get us here, which will make us appreciate them more. And that's exactly what I did. So when I was doing that, right away, I got out my phone. I've never done this. It's always hard for me to express love and affection towards my parents. Not my mom, mostly towards my dad. Of course,
That's the way we've been brought
yeah,
up, though.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mostly cultures.
Yeah.
But at that day, I literally got out my phone. I wrote them a paragraph. I'm like, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you did, but you don't have to keep doing this for me. If I'm worthy enough, I will make it on myself. If I'm not, it's cool." But so now that was to like pretty much all of your point of views. But going back to yours, you said we don't give them enough credit. Is that what you said?
Way. Not enough credit, but enough respect credit.
Exactly. So, not everybody, everything is in. I keep going back to this notion that everything's in the gray because it is. Everything is like there's different story for everything. Of course, there's a majority at the end of the day, but going back to the point where your friend, he got caught smoking, drinking,
No, like
girl.
Okay.
No, I hear the whole parents
It's
thing.
super weird.
But at the end of the day, I'm trying to wrap this up so we can move on to the next topic.
Please.
Yeah. Again, going back,
What
you
is
said
the next topic?
yeah. Huh? No, we're just gonna wrap. Like we're gonna bring up a different
Yeah,
question,
okay.
and then we're just gonna go off that. Always respect your parents. Of course, there some parents are not that great of parents, but most of them, like the majority, like they're great. You gotta respect them. Like you gotta respect them. Not before your parents, but your life decisions. So if you want to do something, your passion, like you went, and I love what you did to your parents, like, hey, mom or dad, I want to go into singing and producing and filmmaking and all that stuff, because that's what's going to make you happier. So they didn't understand that perspective. For them, the whole perspective was doctor, lawyer, all that crap. Yeah. Not a crap, but yeah, if you want to do it, do it, by all means, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to do that, do that. But you gotta know yourself enough. Like, hey mom, hey mom, then you gotta go to them and you gotta change their perspective. That mom,
100%.
I'm gonna be successful because all they want for you is to be successful.
Yeah,
So
and
if you let them know,
those jobs are the only
exactly.
But they don't know.
Exactly. So then when he has to go to them and he has to talk to them properly, a good conversation, not just like throwing shit around and shooting shit. Actually have a sit down conversation. Hey mom, this is what I want to do, and I guarantee you that I'm gonna give it my all. And if I don't, then I'll go back to school. But if I give it my all and you see me working so freaking hard for this shit, I will be successful. And when those words come out of your mouth and you actually bring them something like, hey, this is what I've done and this is what I spend my time doing, they will understand. So at the end of the day,
Bro, I love how you got it on the dot because that's exactly how you could.
and then that's exactly, and that's what happened with me. That's happened with me. Yeah.
I showed them. He's like, look at this.
Yeah.
Someone wants to sign me.
Yeah.
And then they got on board. No.
There you go. And bro, most famous, not most famous, but a lot of famous people are super successful. They sing, they rap, they do all sorts of entertainment stuff. And bro, they work their ass off. At the end of the day,
100%.
there's so many people that go to school and then they don't do jack shit. But there's so many people that don't go to school and don't do jack shit. So it all comes down to you. You have to change yourself in order to be like successful. My 2 cents at the end of the day. But you gotta work your ass off. And then you have to respect your parents and you have to talk to them properly.
Yes,
and
sir.
actually be like, hey, I'm gonna be successful. Watch me work.
Just give me the chance.
Just watch me work, and then I'll make you happy. Because that way, this guy, this mofo, is gonna be so much happier when he's older, and then he won't resent his parents. And this is the advice that I got from a guy on Instagram, Gary V. Makes total freaking sense. Gary, bro, I love that dude. But he went on and he's like, yo, down the road, you won't resent them because you listen to them. They gave you the opportunity, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Now let's evolve and let's get better. And then there's so many freaking opportunities that I can actually go into songwriting and all that stuff and filmmaking. And if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to school.
That is why there was someone I look up to.
There you go.
We talk about him literally every day.
Talking about it is not enough. You actually gotta put in the
Of
work.
course.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
You gotta put in the work, and at the end of the day, nothing's gonna happen if you don't put in the work.
And I was
And-
gonna say,
yeah.
did you get inspired to do podcast by Gary V?
What?
Did you get inspired to do podcast by Gary V?
What's it called? I definitely learned a lot from him, and then it was one of the reasons. So who you listen to definitely becomes a huge motivation to you, and he's like a social media guy. There's so many things to it. I mean, like, cause like if I just look at you, and I'll be like, oh hey Craig, you're only a computer science guy. No, you're not. You're so many things more than that. And then for him, that applies to him, and that applies to everything else. But at the end of the day, that's identity. And that's the whole thing about Gary Vee was one of them, and he has his point of view, and I love him. And then there's a lot of other people like that are pushing positivity, and that's what we're here to do. Cause bro, like there's so like you just gotta make other shit better. Like we're having this conversation. I'm glad that we're having this conversation. That even if we got heated, cool, whatever. Let's hear it out. Because at the end of the day, it all ties together. How parents are. His parents, you gotta change your perspective by having a conversation. Your parents, they gave you so much freaking leeway that you're like, hey, thank you guys, I really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, you gotta appreciate your parents. And then going back to your friend, he didn't appreciate his parents. He forgot. And a lot of people forget the values that other people brought them to. Like, they steal a lot. Let's not even talk about smoking and drinking and having a girl or whatever, because in some cultures that's not allowed. But let's just talk about stealing or lying or doing all these other activities that don't serve you. And that's disrespecting their parents, because they brought their parents here. They brought their children here to actually work and have a better opportunity. But people stop working, they get comfortable, and then they start working at freaking warehouses and shit, because all their life when they were young, they didn't do jack shit. Now they're here, and then like boom, all right, let's sit on our ass, let's watch TV, and push down a little bit. Like no, you can't do that. You gotta remember what your parents did for you.
There's so much like.
That was a little rant. Shit.
No,
but yo,
it is your show.
No, it's not that. I'm here to listen to you. Don't say that, bro. Say it louder.
No, it's not about the podcast. I'm asking him a question like based on. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Say it.
No, like I wanted.
No, say it.
About the guy, like
Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary Vee is a person who pushes positivity, who pushes you to do your thing, and he's just a light in like darkness almost.
He's
in a philosophical way, he's a light in the darkness.
Yeah. He's a motivational speaker. He has his own businesses.
Yeah.
He just helps people.
He's like people that will make other people better, like a Jay-Z, or like when you look up to somebody, but you don't really you admire what they do.
You've definitely seen him somewhere. For sure.
Yeah.
Like Instagram.
Well, I'll send you shit, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah.
What's his name?
Gary V.
Yeah, he tells people the truth, like what they need to do in their businesses, personal
People
life.
people just don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and something.
Don't worry about that. Cop. Yeah.
Regarding the opportunity that is in North America.
Oh, I know this guy.
For me, something.
Bro, I
For
love
me,
this guy.
was.
Hey, listen to the guy, bro.
I'm sorry, I found out who he was.
Bro, put your phone away, bro.
Yo, nice that.
Bro, put your phone away.
Bro, I know this guy. Never
I know.
mind.
Put it away.
Yeah.
I like this guy. Oh, I know this guy. Bro,
Hey, listen to the guy, bro.
I'm sorry, I found out who he was.
Bro, put your phone away, bro.
Yo, nice that.
Bro, put your phone away.
Bro, I know this guy. Never mind. I like this guy. Yeah.
You like him?
Yeah, like.
I love him. I love him. Shit.
For me personally, my parents think they didn't bring me here necessarily for the opportunity. They came here because it's a safer country. Because so in Pakistan, there's always a threat of war.
Yeah.
So they brought me over here not because they thought I would have a better opportunity. Like for them, there's more money in Pakistan than there is over here. And I have this discussion with my parents all the time, like me trying to convince them that I want to have a business over here. Because they tell me, look, you can literally make $1 million a year easily if you live in Pakistan.
Do you guys have your own business?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
like all my relatives, they have their own businesses. And
what is your business that your parents are in?
they're manufacturing and trading chemicals. They have another business too.
Oh, no freaking way. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Like for industries and stuff?
yeah.
Or like they send over like to other countries or no? Or just
they
inside
have
the country?
suppliers. They supply them to like big corporations in Pakistan.
Okay, cool.
Like some shoes companies. Do you know about the shoe company Service and
Yeah. Millie, all that stuff. Yeah.
They supply to all of them, and they have other businesses other than that, but that's not relevant to this. But what I'm
No, everything is relevant. Keep going,
but relevant to my point. My point was for me, they came over here to have a safer country, not a better opportunity. And
No, but it is relevant to your point.
Yeah.
Because they're successful.
yeah.
So in their eyes,
You will make more money there.
There.
But
Yeah.
So
but at the end
they
of the
don't
day, they're safer
understand
here.
that you want to make it on your own.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it is relevant. But continue.
So the reasons they didn't want me to have any of the ventures that I had
Yeah.
is because they were like, look, you're gonna have a job, make $15 an hour. You're wasting your time. That money is literally what you can make in an hour. What you make in a month by doing working a $15 job is what you can make in an hour in Pakistan.
And like come into like the family
Yeah.
business and
Yeah.
like
That's
you know
what I
work with
respect
us.
so much
And-
value.
And they always tell me what you're doing is a waste of time. You're making very less money.
So
And
Can I say? So I think one of the things that the point that this brings me to, is your surroundings. I think especially
great fucking point.
Yeah, especially with what he said. Having a family that has a business, that are well off, wealthy, stable, financially free, like their
Ambition?
ambition, man.
Yeah.
It's like the work ethic.
Yeah.
The work
Mental
ethic
drive.
does not
We're
go
all in our bag.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, on a real note, like he can like just leave here,
Yeah, live
drop
your
out,
life.
and just go.
Give me some props.
That's what I'm saying.
Give me some
I
props, bro.
respect Abdullah so much for that one
Yeah.
reason. Like, he does not have to do what he's doing right now. He's grinding. He's in his bag. Like, he doesn't need to work. He didn't need to do a lot of things. Like,
They will
he
just
could
send the
ask
money
his
here,
parents,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey mom, dad, I need money. Send that. Done. Like, you can get thousands of dollars, but he wants to make it his own way. And a lot of people are not like that. When they have that opportunity, it's like, oh, my parents are rich, so I'm rich.
Yeah.
It's like with Abdullah, it's different. He's like,
Yeah.
he doesn't want his parents' money. He wants to make his own.
I like
So
that.
that's why I respect
And
that.
we all kind
That's
of
what
like
we are.
All in
surround
the same
ourselves
thing. Like,
with each other,
we all like right now. What I see about money, it's short-term gain is no gain.
Or-
Amen.
Money
There you
ain't
go.
shit. Right
Amen.
Now. Like I,
Short money never lives.
bro.
Yeah, no,
what
of
I make right now.
Gary Vee preaches that.
Yeah.
So what I make right now is.
Yo,
nothing.
conventional wisdom is everywhere, and the only thing, like, so many people speak the same stuff that he speaks. He just says it in a way where it's like,
Like
it's like bite size.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep going. But yeah,
So
sorry, cut you
I
off.
work at the gym at Sheridan right now.
Yeah.
Okay? So I work on campus.
Oh, I want to talk about how you got the job. That was a cool ass story.
So anyway, so it's like I work there. Like I make literally minimum wage, so $14 an hour.
Yeah.
And I make less than what I used to make in my old job. At this point, I make in a month what I used to put in my savings
Yeah.
at my old job.
Yeah.
Right. So right now, like with car payments, phone payments,
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Because I'm on campus 24/7.
Yeah.
It's like, and like the fact that I can't work a lot of hours because it's like the rules at Sheridan.
Yeah.
Since I'm a full-time student.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not really making money, but I got to the point where it's like I used to work because I wanted money.
Yeah.
Like I needed money in the bank, and it's like I talked to myself. I was like, what is the point of this? If I'm
Yeah.
not focusing on school,
Yeah.
not focusing.
What is
on
the
my
long-term
future,
goal?
Where's my long-term goal
Yeah.
at, right?
Yeah.
My studies were suffering,
Yeah.
so I quit my job. And like what I'm saying, like we'll talk about it later if you want to bring that up. But I quit my job, focused on school, and I was stress free.
Yeah.
I was not thinking about money for first semester.
Yeah.
I was doing crazy, bro. My marks were like. My mom was like, "What the hell? What is wrong?"
This is not my son. This is not my son.
No, she was like, "This is who you're meant to be. Like, this is what I saw for you." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I got another job, and then it went down. And I was just like, okay.
You saw what happened.
I saw what happened.
You saw the pattern.
I saw the pattern, and I was like, okay, I need to fix myself. And then I thought to myself, right now, money ain't shit.
Yeah.
Money ain't doing anything to me.
Yeah.
It's still a short-term gain. Even though I was making a certain amount of money compared to what I'm making now,
Yeah.
it's not helping me in any way. Sure, it's in the bank, but like at the same time, it's like my studies is what's gonna pay off in the future.
What you're saying is you want to become the person that you're meant to be and not focus on the money right now, because the money will come if you're deserving of that money, and then by deserving you mean be up to par to the part that you actually like, you know, you're this person that attracts all the money. You don't want to be chasing it, you want to be attracting it. Is that what you mean?
In a way, but
yeah.
Like I said, like short-term gain ain't shit.
Yeah.
It's just
it
like
does not help in
yeah.
any way. Sure, it gets you day by day, but like at the same time, I'm comfortable right now.
And what is your long goal? Let's talk about that.
Like get a job in my field, right? But not coding every day.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm gonna go into business.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanna be in charge of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wanna get to the point where it's like
you wanna be a leader.
Yeah. Like I'm naturally already like when I'm in a situation like group situation, I take control of that situation. In my opinion, I think I'm a natural leader.
Yep.
Right? I can speak well. I am not afraid to say anything.
You screwed me over at the national park, but keep going. We'll come back to it.
What do you mean?
So leadership can be developed, and like, I totally agree with you. You're a natural leader, and you see that. But my question to you is I spoke too soon, but we'll go ahead and ask this question. Do you think people are born leader like you are, or do you think people can develop it?
I think there's a certain aspect to the way the world runs. There are people that are leaders and there are people that are followers. Right? Anyone can become a leader. It's just if you have the drive to become that leader.
Yes.
When I say I'm a natural born leader, I mean in my family we can speak well.
Yeah.
Like in the sense that we have that mindset.
100%.
Right?
You run the room.
Yeah, so it's like we don't sit down.
You take charge.
We take charge. We don't follow. We get followed. So that's what I mean.
It's the mentality that your family follows, which translates to you doing all the stuff that you just said doing.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That's my passion. Like I want to get into that business. I want to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to support my family. I want to be stable enough where I could be like, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to
at what age? At what age do you want to start a family?
See, that's the question. Like right now, I don't.
Do you have a girl?
No.
Right now?
Right now, my mind level is focused on school to secure that bag.
But
I don't think. Well, in a way, I'm mature, but in a way, I don't think I'm mature enough to think about that right now. Like it's weird to say it, but like I technically don't want to start a family. As of yet, but I have a feeling as I go on in life, that will change.
Yeah, of course.
But right now, if you ask me, I don't want to.
We're never the same. Your opinion can change tomorrow.
Exactly,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, in a way, like if from the day I met these guys to now, this guy changed a lot.
Everybody changed.
Like
everybody.
Mentality-wise.
Like, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Everyone has a mentality, but that changes over time.
Yeah.
So right now, no, I don't want to start a family, but that might change and probably will change.
At what age do you want to start a family? If you want to start a family.
Sorry.
At what age do you want to start a family?
And when is it when you start when I want to start a family?
If you want to start it.
If definitely. I think everybody's a family, but to the point where I think you're referring to like, you know, like what's it called, get married, have kids, and all that stuff. Kids definitely not anytime soon.
By 30.
But yeah.
If I had to say an answer, by 30.
Cool.
How old are you if you don't mind me asking?
21.
Oh, 21. Okay.
Yeah. You guys?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
how old do you think I was?
Like 23.
Okay, cool.
I thought 24. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, no, I usually get older. Yeah. I turned 21 like a couple of months ago. August.
I'm really surprised with that, honestly. I know, cause I honestly thought you were like 23, 24, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that all the time.
Yeah.
God is good, alhamdulillah. But yeah. So what were you gonna ask after that? Oh yeah. But yeah, so going back to the point, when do I want to start a family? So to me, and I got asked this question before, and I love the answer that I gave. I'm pumping my own tires right now, but I'm gonna say it. So to me, the people that are around me, and especially like relationship and stuff like that, they gotta mean something. Like we gotta be on like ambition, like same type of same page, same everything, and it's almost like not running after it but attracting it. I strongly believe in attracting things rather than running after it, because when you run after shit, it never comes. It never ever comes, and you never and if it does come, you're never fulfilled by it. So when the time is right and the shit clicks, I'll like
you'll embrace it.
Exactly. So there's all these different aspects of life, and people just like people have a checklist.
Go on.
Get a girl, get married, have kids, work a job, retire, RSP or whatever, mutual funds, all that crap, 401k. I've pretty much disregarded that in a way. I've pretty much disregarded that.
That's
in a
the
way.
average person.
Yeah.
That's the average person. In this room, we're not average. Not one of us is average.
What's it called? It all depends on what you think about yourself. I love that you said that, and I love that you believe that for yourself. Everybody has their own perspective on their life and their identity, and the only thing that will decide that, and the only thing that will tell that who's average and who's not, is time.
Yeah.
But I love the way that you just kind of took the room. He's like, yo, no one's average.
Yeah,
because our
your
work
ambition,
ethic.
I know Abdullah's. I definitely know mine, and I know the guys sitting on my left.
Yeah.
And the guy sitting to his left. So I know everyone in this room.
I don't know anybody. Like I don't know anybody. Like I only know a certain parts of your lives.
Yeah.
So it's all about the mentality and the mental game. So if you run that, you're good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, attract stuff. Don't run after it. That will become easier, and that's what my philosophy is. And I think philosophy. But yeah. So that's that. But yeah, like.
You wanna have a family? Cause I know.
I thought he was gonna say like, yo, do you have something? You have a question?
Yeah.
No, but having a family, 30 something.
Cool.
Like early 30s, so.
You have a plan figured out.
How many kids?
17.
You're gonna get to work. You're gonna be busy.
His wife's gonna be more busy than ever.
Next thing you know, he has 4 wives.
So much.
Yo, you know, we're young.
No, wait, Zain hasn't answered this.
No, he will. He'll go after Sarthak.
Yeah.
He'll go.
Yeah. No, don't worry. We're not gonna forget Zain, bro. What do you mean?
You gotta.
Yeah,
Shadi.com.
just kids maybe like later when I'm like 30 or something. His laugh killed me more than his comments.
I know. He's like, yo.
But yeah, family's not in my plans right now. Kids, I do want to have a son, even though I don't want to start a family. It's really weird.
Haram!
I will take care of that child so well.
So you only want to have a son?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I have a preference of my first
Why are
child
you
to be
putting
a
him
son.
on the spot, bro? Why would you do that?
It's cool.
No.
Yeah. No, he's calm and collective, so he'll take it.
Yeah, I'm composed, man.
Yeah.
Calm and collective.
Calm and collective, yeah.
Alright, Zain, you go.
Zain. Push it towards your way a little bit.
I would definitely want to start a family, but definitely after I'm like financially free. So I'd say like about. Well, I mean, start a family or get married.
You're dating somebody right now, right?
No.
You dropped that?
No comment.
No comment. Cool.
He pleads the fifth.
You plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. Anybody
No
else?
comment.
No, but then I'll cut that out.
I'm not gonna cut shit out.
No, that part.
This is unedited.
No, it's unedited.
So whatever.
Okay.
No, he. Bro, okay,
Anyways,
moving on.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Back to the question.
But yeah,
Yeah, so I would get married probably. I mean, if things go my way, like 28.
Cool.
But I would want to start a family sometime, or like at 30 or after 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm-
if things align.
I'm trying to get married at 30 and then start a family after that.
Bro, like no, a lot of things to happen to flow, and then whatever happens. But yeah, yo, by that time when it's almost like don't knock on the door, don't knock on the opportunity doors and not be ready. So be ready. Just like make yourself better, keep pushing, become a better person.
What's that example that a lot of people give? It's that
Move
the
towards-
elevator pitch.
Move towards your thing. Yeah.
The elevator pitch.
Yeah.
like
It's like you can be like anywhere and you
Yeah.
don't know, but you have to always not be prepared in a sense that you have you have your textbooks, you have your documents, you have all your you just kind of have to have
in here.
a definite mindset, a definite answer.
You gotta have
like,
goals, yeah.
You gotta have like
Yeah. I love how you, each one of you have a timeline, and then like we'll work towards that. But yeah, so I wanna move towards like, so I wanna shift the conversation towards ambition, and what that means, and what that really takes, and like what you guys are doing. So I know he's in a part where like you want to be a film director, filmmaker, actor, singer, writer, pretty much everything, director. His resume is going to be long in 10, 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
Write that down. Hopefully. But yeah.
He won't need a resume after that one.
But that's exactly like his his introduction. Like I'll be introducing him, and the introduction would go on for like 30 minutes. I'm like, yeah, who the fuck is this?
You wouldn't even need to do that. It's a word of mouth thing.
That's exactly it.
Right.
But if I were to put everything together.
Yeah.
But that goes for everybody else. But yeah. So what does ambition mean to you? Where does it come from? And then why do you think like it's such an important part to everybody's life?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a seat on this one. You guys go ahead.
But yeah.
Do you want to start?
Doesn't matter, bro. Jump in.
Go in.
Okay. Well, for me.
Push it towards more of us, because CJ took a seat right now.
Okay.
You already seated, but you took a.
I'm probably gonna start talking.
That's what it is. You it's an open conversation. Keep it going.
For me, I think ambition is definitely one of the most important things in your life that you should have. In my opinion, you should have it. It's a way to drive you. It's a way to kind of push you towards your goal, your objective in life, whatever you want to do. And I feel like not having something that constantly pushes you is kind of you can look at it as like a downfall. Like that analogy that Sarthak gave about things that push you towards doing something. Yeah. When you listen to music while you're working out, right? That was a pretty good example, honestly. You listen to music. That was a dope example. You listen to something that kind of gets you up, gets you moving, kind of gets you jogging a little, right? And once that's kind of gone, all of a sudden, it feels like everything has just kind of stopped. Everything's neutral. Yeah. You kind of lost your way. You don't know what's going on. Yeah. You don't have that same energy. And with ambition, a lot of things come, like productivity, a lot of energy, a lot of happiness, and eventually a lot of success. I mean, that's always the goal. But sort of
the struggle is guaranteed, but the success is not.
Yeah, exactly. And definitely ambition for me is put on one of if not one of the highest pedestals, like, especially for me at least.
It really depends. Like that analogy again. You're the person who, like, when you take those headphones off, who are you?
Amen.
Are you as driven as you are when those headphones were on, or are you gonna slack off and do your own thing?
How did you develop that? Yeah, and what is the reason that pushes you? And so start off that.
Consistency.
No, but like, what is the reason that made you want to have that ambition, or what is your why, or what is your why?
Question. Like, what started? Like, what did you see when you were a kid that got you into film?
What did I see?
Or like
my co-host, guys, ladies and gentlemen,
or influence. Like, what influenced you going into film? I've never asked that question.
I think one of the things that really kind of pushed me towards film. Is just with film you're sort of able to tell stories that kind of you can just make on the spot. Like, with my own life, I have stories that are gonna obviously happen, that are real life, and that are gonna go with time. And with film, I can take my life story, and I can twist it, I can turn it, I can insert something. I can make it like a sci-fi. I think there was so much versatility in film. There's
creativity.
So much creativity. There's so many different ways of expressing yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time, especially when.
Keep going. Yeah, you're good. Keep going.
The first time, especially when I watched the film, I wasn't able to sort of take my eyes off the screen, because I couldn't believe that I was watching like the real world, or I was watching a separate world. I'm watching someone else's story. For me, it was kind of like I thought my story was the only story. Like I wasn't aware that there's so many other people. There's so many different stories. And
That's beautiful.
with film, there's
That
so
is
many,
beautiful, yeah.
and especially with film, there's so many things you can address. You know,
Uh-huh.
with especially with like the LGBTQ community, there's so many films that have been made on that to kind of raise awareness or gun violence. They're just, you know, I don't want to make it political,
Yeah.
It's
But-
1,000 words.
but it does, yeah, definitely, it does
Mhm.
speak 1,000 words, and I guess that's one of the things that kind of drew me. into it.
I love that, and just to add to that is, I love media. Like I literally love media and the filmmaking
It has such an
industry.
influence on everything.
Influence you Hitler used it. I know I'm bringing Hitler, but
But-
Yeah.
but like
It's about-
great movies that resonate with other people. I'm already. I'm sorry. But yeah,
You brought up Hitler,
yeah.
but
But there's a lot of people, a lot of good things,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
good things.
yeah.
I get motivated by movies. I have certain movies that make me freaking. I don't want to say cry, but it gives me chills every single time I watch that movie.
I wanna,
And
like, I'm gonna raise a point
Yeah,
after we're done.
yeah,
this
100%,
conversation about what you
100%.
just said.
But yo, it literally like my whole body. There's a sensation going on as I'm watching the movie. And some people for it's like Rocky. Some people it's like Creed. Some people it's like Three Idiots. Shout out to Three Idiots. I love that freaking movie.
Really nice.
If you want to know what to do with your life, watch that movie.
100%.
And it's a Bollywood movie. And
just
then
remember, all
Yeah.
is well.
all is well.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so movies like that, bro, they give you chills. But it's all up to your interpretation. So sometimes the movies are so there's so many hidden messages, but sometimes some of the movies are super eloquent too. Yeah.
No, that's the
But
thing
yeah.
about filmmaking.
It's like you can
relate
touch
to a
people's
bunch of
heart.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the way
It's
you
like
tell your story. In
yeah, it's
your
like a
way,
trigger. Yeah.
And you can touch millions and billions of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling in the world.
Exactly.
For someone, especially like you.
And is that what drove you?
directing.
Was that part of the reason why it really drove you to touch people's like hearts and like
Oh,
kind
of
push?
course. You know,
You can make
it's
a
funny because as a guy,
Yeah.
one of my favorite genres. Like,
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite genres
Yeah.
as a guy, and a lot of people go like, "Oh, this is romance."
Yeah.
Cool.
That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite genres.
Yeah.
That's
And
completely
it's
okay.
kinda
Yeah.
Talk
like,
your shit.
That's completely
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And it's like-
especially in 2019. It's
Yeah,
completely
because
okay.
bro, because you're not. No,
What do you mean?
he's not he's not in
Yeah,
elementary
yeah.
school where he gets like cooties and shit like that. So like
It's
grown ass
completely
man.
okay.
Never die.
Yeah.
You know, but definitely that's one way to look at it. Like one of the reasons I drew like towards it is
Uh-huh.
because I want to touch people's heart. I want to talk to people like through film.
Exactly.
You know, like you
Touch
can have
people,
so many
yeah.
conversations sitting down, but
Yeah.
you can have conversations in different ways as well.
This will reach millions of people.
Talking about
There you go.
romance, have you ever been in love?
I have been in love.
Yeah.
He's a lover man.
How about you, CJ?
No.
No. I have. I think so. Abdullah, how about you?
I have to.
Yeah.
I think everybody has been. Craig, you're a fucking liar.
We can go on about that.
No. Okay.
We
So
ain't going on
no.
about shit.
Everybody. To Craig, I'm telling you, you're a fucking liar.
Okay, whatever you say.
I'm joking, brother.
Alright.
I'm joking.
Have
But
you?
okay,
Have you?
everybody has.
Oh yeah.
So at some point,
At some point, yeah,
at some
yeah.
point, definitely. But yo, so at one point when your hearts get broken, so one of my people that I cut and I cut his hair. He said this it was so beautiful the way he said it. He's like, there's three things that make you a man. Empty pockets, broken heart, and there was another one that I'm forgetting. But he said it in a way where it just made so much sense. So I think when you go through that whole process, you just become better. And sometimes that's like the driving force, like
Right?
But sometimes you gotta channel it properly in order for you to
You
become
gotta
better.
focus it
Exactly.
into the right direction.
Exactly. So let's just say like your girl cheats on you. Cool.
That's cool.
So you're gonna no, it's not cool
I
at
mean,
the moment. At the moment, you're not cool.
I mean, it's cool.
Stacey, just talk.
Oh,
I mean, it's
no,
when
no.
I say I'm not in love, I've never got my heart broken.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I've never been in love.
No, but look, no.
Cool.
Oh, that's
You can't say I've been in love
that's a
when
pretty
I'm
cool
not
way of looking
experienced
at it.
Actually, I jumped the gun too quick. I don't know you. I don't know you.
That's a
that.
different way of
Yeah.
looking at
That's
it.
my
Yeah. No. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I don't know your whole story, which is totally cool. Nobody does know one's stories.
That's why we're here.
I don't know anything. Like I literally don't know anything. I'm definitely not the smartest one in the room ever. So and I love that, and I literally love that. So I can learn from everybody.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, shit like that, when that stuff does happen, boom, you come back right into it.
What I meant when I'm saying it's cool, it's like you brush it off and you go into the direction where you want to
Exactly.
go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Of course, it's not cool in the moment. But
Yeah, 100%.
maybe a couple days later, you'll be fine.
exactly. So at
Couple
the
days.
Yeah.
Couple days.
Sometimes you need a couple days.
yeah,
Sometimes
so,
you need a couple
bro,
days.
I know some people.
Couple days for the woman you love.
Okay,
Breaks your heart.
Oh my god.
Perspective.
couple days
This
is
one's
light.
like couple days.
Couple of days, I'm back on my feet.
But
Okay,
yeah,
clearly you do love that person.
Nah. Couple of days.
no, you don't know his story, so you can't jump the gun. That's what I did, so you know.
Yeah,
You can't, but yeah, at the end of the
Alright,
day,
a couple of weeks, how many it takes you, you know? Every person is different.
I know some people that have been in that mental space and not grown through it for years, which is nuts. Which is nuts. Like it kills me. I'm like, damn, bro, you gotta get out of that shit. Like, yo, it's over. Like, move on. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
Anyway.
Oh god damn!
Anyways.
Yeah, that doesn't raise any flag. Like that.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, be careful with the bar.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
100%.
To be ashamed of. Learning opportunities.
Exactly. But some people, they direct their energy into their business, and then they don't date
Into
for
their
such a long
goals,
time.
yeah.
It just comes to like what you want to do. Like sometimes, like you go somewhere and like you meet the love of your life, and like you get married, and then all that business shit goes out the window. And sometimes you start a business and you find your passion, and you go put your all energy into that, and you get married at 40.
And then you
At the end of the day, do your thing, find your shit, see what works for you, boom, and then you're good to go. But like that's why did I close that like that? But yeah, like it made sense.
no,
Like
of
it made
course
freaking
yeah.
sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Okay,
But,
Yeah.
but
Let's not go deep into that. Next topic?
we just running the conversation. But
We
yeah,
want to talk
Ambition.
about ambition, right?
Yeah.
Most people's wife.
yeah.
So CJ, you were next.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
my guy. I got two hosts now. I got two co-hosts. That's it.
Bro, I mean, wait, ambitions? Or are we talking about like what drove us into?
Yeah.
Your why.
Yeah, what you're doing and why you're doing it, and what is your and how did you develop?
What drove you into coding or whatever?
Speaking to the mic, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, okay, just like in film, you don't go straight into filming. There's a process behind it, right? You gotta write a script, you gotta plan things out, and
Yeah.
move on, get the right people, and then start in that, and then there's editing and all that.
Yeah.
For coding, it's like, you don't start off with coding.
Yeah.
You start off with, okay, what do I gotta do?
Uh-huh.
You break down the problem.
Yeah.
What do you need in that situation to get like an application running or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
There's parts to everything.
Yeah.
You just don't go and be like, okay, I need this, let me just code it real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And then there's the part where it's like you have to design.
Just move the chair up a little bit. Yeah.
But you gotta design code. Like you
Uh-huh.
gotta design the application, design everything. And that's what I love most about it. Because like you design it, you get it prepared, you start from the bottom, like a brand new project,
Yeah.
and then the feeling of like not getting something to work, working hard, just like the challenges that come with like coding and like getting something to get put out, and like it's just like the amount of challenges. It just makes me happy when I achieve it,
Yeah.
right? So that it drives me that way. Like
The
it gives me that
process.
sense of
Goal
like,
oriented.
huh?
You're goal
Yeah,
oriented.
so it gives me that sense of achievement, and it's just like every single time you have a problem. I've literally been stumped for like 6 hours at my desk, staring at code, and be like, "What the fuck is the problem?" Sorry, but
No, you can
to the
swear.
point where it's just like a semicolon.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's as small as that, and it's just like that doesn't piss me off because it makes me feel like I achieved it. It's like you tried everything possible, you put in the work, and now look at that, you got a beautiful product.
Mhm.
So that's what like drove me into that because like I love figuring out how things work. Like to be honest, like I love to see how the background. I don't like just like using an application. I like to see how that was made. I like to see what went into it. Like nowadays, I think we'd be like, oh, my phone is not working or this application is not working. Screw this, right? It's like but you didn't see what someone went through to get that up running.
Yeah.
Like all these applications, phone and everything, like it took years of production and sweat and tears.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, it took like
That's true, yeah.
a lot of effort to get that up and running for you.
Yeah.
And I like that because like I like that drive you get to get it running and then to see people enjoying it.
Yeah.
So that's what got me into coding. And then yeah, obviously like coding's not gonna be the rest of my life. That's why I'm going into business. So I could be leadership. I don't
More
have to
versatile.
More versatile.
Average
and
person
obviously-
switches their career like 2, 3, 4, 5 times I think a year,
Yeah.
a lifetime. I mean.
Yeah, but realistically, most people who go to school don't end up doing what they studied.
Exactly.
So it's like
That's part
at
of
the
the
end of the
stats,
day, it's just like that's what got me into it, and I love it for that. It gives me a challenge. It gives me drive, and it's like at the end of the day, it's just fulfilling.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a beautiful answer. Thank you for sharing. We're like in have you seen those movies where
Okay.
they're at the end they're like in a circle and then they're like addicted to something and then at the end of the day the person who's running the thing he's like, oh, thank you for sharing. I just did that. Yeah.
My name is Craig, and I'm.
I just did that, but yeah, okay, cool.
That
That was dope.
Yeah.
I love that. So like we and what is your why and what is the reason that pushes you? Like is it like I get the whole
The drive,
the
challenge part of it.
Sure.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just it gives you like a sense of thing. Like okay, like for him.
like how did you develop it?
How did I develop it?
Yeah, like for him it was like one of the movies that you saw, right? Like, where he was like what was the first thing you saw?
Yeah.
So it was not always like this. It was just like I was very curious growing up, right? Like even if something didn't involve me, I was just very curious about it.
Yeah.
How things work. Like I was always curious about the aspects of things, like that light. How do you achieve light?
Yeah.
How do you get the microphone to get sound plugged
Into the
your
computer, yeah.
Right.
Stuff like that. Like I like to know the backgrounds of everything,
I like that.
right? And it's like
Behind the scenes.
until I got to about, I would say high school, where I met Mr. Maniega and Mr. White, two of my
Mr.
teachers,
Maniega.
right?
Don't know who he is.
Yeah, well, these two of my teachers,
Shout
they were
out.
my,
Yeah.
Shout out
they
goes
were
to
my,
Mr. Maniega.
They're-
GPS signal lost.
But yeah, keep it going.
they were
yeah.
my coding and computer engineering teachers.
Yeah.
Right? They showed me the value of like working hard to achieve something, right? Like building robots, to fight each other robots, following lines. My coding teacher not helping us to a certain point where we have to like struggle, but then at the end of the day we got it and made us feel better. To the point where first year of college was nothing to me. I literally slept through classes because I knew what I was doing. Like I was in high school coding at the level of second year college/university.
Do you have a couple of projects that you work on daily?
So
Like
here's
side
the
projects, like on your own. Like a lot of people do that. They love what they do, and it
I
sounds
don't
like
have
you
the
do.
time for that.
Oh, true,
but-
true.
That's not an excuse where I'm gonna make the time for it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't started on side projects as yet because right now I'm at the point where I have so many group projects.
Yeah.
Like it's like every one of my classes have group projects.
Yeah.
And on top of the group projects, assignments in those classes.
Cool.
Quizzes, tests, and all this other stuff. So it's like plus work, but like work is like a lighter issue. What I'm saying is like right now I don't have necessarily the time to put into building a project,
Uh-huh.
but soon I'm gonna get into that where it's like I'm gonna give like a certain time a week
Yeah.
to put into like whether it's just like a couple lines of code
Yeah.
or like just designing
Uh-huh.
it, get into that. And I've been thinking about it. Like the good thing about my job is like it's like I work at a school, so it's like I'm working with students.
Yeah.
So it's like I have different things. Like if it's art, if it's game design,
Uh-huh.
coding, a bunch of different things. So I get to talk to people that have different perspectives on classes, right? It's not only the people I know in my course. So that way, like, I just started talking to a guy about game design because I'm thinking of making my own application for Android, iOS,
Yeah.
like a game.
Uh-huh.
So I was talking to him. He gave me insight on it, and I was interested. So that's
Execute.
what I'm gonna
Execute.
start off with, like,
Yeah.
for a side project,
Yeah.
and obviously like move on from there. But like that's what I mean. Like that's what drives me, and like I'm excited to see where I
Nice
go from here.
I love that.
Do
I want
it.
before we move on, I want you to tell us how you got your job. Remember when you were telling me in the barbershop how you got the job?
So
Like it was actually pretty dope. Like as you're telling me the
Yeah.
story, I'm like, yo,
So,
this guy's
okay.
at it. Like he's hustling.
So I worked.
So I want you to
started
share it.
off at Smalls Poutineery, right?
Uh-huh.
I worked fast food,
Yeah.
and
That
that was
was
like
your first job?
yeah, like to be honest, I was
Like you know what I'm asking, right? Like the story
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
shared
yeah.
with me, but yeah,
so
you're
I
gonna
started
get to
off
that.
there, and I did not like I worked there. Like that was another thing. Like
Mhm.
I was focusing more on the job. Right?
Yeah.
I was making a lot of money, but at the same time, it was like not worth it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that happened. Stuff happened with school, like you guys know, like right. It cost me a great deal, but I drove through that.
Uh-huh.
I made it through, and I finished, got everything done. But I quit that because like obviously like I need to focus on school.
Yeah.
So I quit my job.
Uh-huh.
Started my first semester.
Yeah.
Like I said, did crazy good. I was like feeling amazing because I didn't have that stress to like, oh, I gotta go to work, this and that, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about work is like it gives you the sense of responsibility to the point where like I didn't have to ask my parents for money since grade 11.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Since grade 11, I was making my own money. The only thing was I lived under their roof and like food, this and that. But like clothing wise, I bought everything. Phone. Now I have a car, insurance, all that. Like gas, I pay, and it's like that's like the sense of responsibility. But to talk about that story, so I quit my job, got into first semester, and then an opportunity came to work for FedEx.
Yeah.
Right? That's a company. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So I took the job. Right? And then again, I got into that pattern where it was bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what broke me out of that pattern was not only that I realized it, because my semester, my courses got messed up.
Okay.
So that, it was like set to the point where all my courses were exactly, perfectly in line with when I had to work.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy how I was sad at first, and then I quit my job, right? Obviously, I had to. Like,
Yeah.
my
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. And what happened was, like, I was sad at first, and then I was like, okay, whatever, I don't need to work right now. Let me just focus on school, because short-term gain ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've been saying. So let me focus on school. And so I was good, I was feeling good. I was like, these guys were like, okay, you need to get a job. Like, not even like, what's it called, like, a crazy amount, just a pocket money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you stay afloat, because like, you don't want to be losing money, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever, right? So he tried to get me a job at Zara. Like, he's like, bro, it's yours, just go to the interview. My manager, I'll be this, whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not about it. Like, I don't want to, right? So I quit on Friday, right? The week before my school started. So
Yeah.
September 3rd is when school started.
Yeah.
I quit the Friday before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I go to the gym now. Like, I started working out recently.
Yeah.
So, like, I work out and stuff like that. Play basketball. I love basketball.
Yeah.
So I used to go to the gym a lot. Like,
Uh-huh.
just, like, work out, play, and all that.
Yeah.
And one day I went there, and one of my friends was working, and I was just like, I was so confused, because like, he quit his job to focus on school too, because like, obvious reasons, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, how'd you get the job? He's like, yeah, yo, you have to apply like 2 to 3 weeks before school even started. And I was like, oh, damn, right? I was like, whatever, I was not thinking about it, because like, right now it was in my bag, I want to focus on school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I kept showing up to the gym, and not even like a week from, like, couple days after I met my friend there,
Yeah.
I was just playing and I saw the supervisor.
Yeah.
So me and my friend just made conversation with her, and then I was like, so by the way, are you guys still hiring by any chance?
Yeah.
And then she was like, funny you asked that. I was just talking to one of my colleagues about that. Yeah, we do. Just send me your resume, your schedule and everything, and then if I like it, I'll get in contact with you.
Yeah.
So I sent it. Literally like half an hour later, I got an email saying, okay, here are the interview times. Just pick one, right? So I picked one. Went to the interview. I did what I do, like, you know, I can talk.
Yeah.
I made a point
Your personality.
to like brighten up the room when I walked in.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I told her that I was like, every time I walk in, no matter what day I have, no matter how bad my day was, I'm gonna walk in with a bright smile on my face and light up this room. Everyone's gonna love me, all this. And she loved the fact that I was like that open.
You were confident.
And that confident, right? So that's not what got me the job. But anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So I talked, did whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, I'll let you know by Friday.
Uh-huh.
And Friday was a week from the day I quit my other job.
Okay.
So literally 7 days later.
Yeah.
We were in class, we were waiting, we're like, okay, damn, we're not getting a job, right?
Yeah.
It's already like afternoon.
Yeah.
Damn, okay, let's just go work out.
Uh-huh.
Went, I saw her at the front desk.
Yeah.
I said hi to her, was very polite, this and that. We went to get a basketball because we like shooting around before we work out.
Yeah.
You know, get a little cardio in.
Yeah.
And then I started like getting involved in talking to the co-workers.
Yeah.
We were laughing because like we were regulars, so they kind of like low-key knew us.
You build a bond.
Yeah, so we like talking, backed one of them up, and in the corner of her eye, like we could tell she was looking.
Yeah.
And then all that stuff, and like, so we took the ball, we went and started shooting. Not even 2 minutes later, congratulations, you got the job on my phone. And I was like, bruh. So then we pretended like we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
We went, and then she was like cutting open a lock, and we're like, you want some help with that? She's like, no, you're gonna be busy in the next couple of days. And then I was like, what do you mean? I was like, saying we got the job?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. I was like, bet. Like, thank you so much. Like, whatever, and then literally had the best workout after that. Like we went crazy. It was crazy.
So there's.
I'm sorry. I
No,
went from
on,
telling these
on.
guys I don't want a job
Yeah.
to literally getting another job in like 7 days.
Yeah, that happened. Real
Yeah.
But see, like there's.
That was slapped in my face because I told him, I'm like, yo, I get your job. He's like, no, I got a different one.
Yeah, like, that was great. But there's a lot of things I want to point out in that story, man. And then I think even though like you're working at that spot and then that's not your end goal, but that story will resonate to a lot of different professions, individuals, and everything. Like in any industry, if you do those things, you can take away from a lot from that. You followed up. You were smiling, you were confident, and then you did all these things. And all these things that I'm saying, there are skills that you have developed.
And here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
I've never had a CSR job in my life, customer service job.
There you go.
I worked fast food in a warehouse.
Yeah.
So
you
I literally talked out of my ass and convinced her to that ass. Like imagine getting convincing someone that okay, I'm good with customers. I'm good as a leader.
You are.
No, but I
you develop these skills over a period of time.
I know that I am, but you have to convince someone else.
Of course,
that, right?
yeah.
But I use the fact that I was a leader at my old 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Like the fact that my managers valued me.
Uh-huh.
And like I was like, and that's on facts. Like I can give you numbers, references right now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They would account to that.
They would watch for you.
Like at FedEx, like I got into that job. I was like brand new, but like the manager valued me enough to like. I used to have input on how to run things. Be like, okay, put this person there, put this person there. That's how fast they work there, this and that. Because it's a fast-paced job.
Yeah, yeah.
And my manager's like, wow, good ideas. And then used to call me junior boss. So like I used that. I used the fact that I got so many of my friends' jobs at Smokes, like the fast food place. The fact that I was basically a manager there without even the title. You know, so I use those like aspects of my life without even being customer service to get a job at a customer service place. But to be honest, it's not that serious because this is just like short-term gain. This is just like now money. This is just now jobs. I'm still focusing on getting jobs that actually relate to what I want to do.
I know, I totally get it. The only reason why I wanted to point out the story, and I literally from the first point that we started this whole thing, I'm like, yo, I want you to talk about your story. But the only reason is not because it's not like a huge job, because the characteristics and then the steps that it took you to acquire that things will like resonate to all different industries, like I said already. And it's the steps that you took. It's not like it's the job. It's like a short-term money. No, it's the story that you're telling, and then that will kind of like might help someone out there, and whoever's listening to it, and then like they can take what you just did, follow up, be friendly, do all these things, and like
just
be confident. Yeah, be confident in yourself.
At this point,
and you built that confidence. Like you own yourself. Like, hey, this is the best shit out here. I'm me. I'm here, and I'm gonna kill this shit. And that's the attitude that you build. It's not just like like you just doesn't show up in a silver platter.
You just gotta sell yourself. It's like at this point, like if you're working for someone else, you gotta sell yourself. Even if you're working for yourself.
It's not even. I don't think so. It's selling. I think it's just who you are, which
like
is
exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
But like selling is just has such a bad reputation to it. You're
like
not selling.
Is like
you're showing who you are, which is the best type of selling there is.
You gotta be confident with it. You gotta be you should be proud of what you can do. You should be.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Know your talents.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm saying in selling in that way, you should be able to talk about.
Tell people exactly.
Show people that
you're confident in yourself.
Sell yourself.
It's like everyone is valuable.
100%.
You just need to be able to tell people how.
Amen.
That's
perfectly put. But yeah, so I learned a lot of stuff from that. But yeah.
About what she just said, it's a fact. Like I was involved in network marketing for 6 or 7 months.
Network marketing, okay.
So I literally had a first-hand experience about selling a product to someone. And personally, like I've done, I don't know, like over 30 meetings with people, just one-on-ones, and you really it's a fact that you're telling them how much you yourself believe in the product. They're trying to see if you really believe in your product. They're not trying to see if you're bringing value with that product. They're just seeing how much you personally believe in yourself and your product. And that's what sells That's what creates sales.
I think I kind of disagree with you there.
Really?
No, like meaning you gotta bring value in the long term. You gotta bring value.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he means. Like
Yeah.
what he means is like if you don't believe in yourself, how are you gonna convince someone else to believe in you?
Yeah, you gotta believe in the product. Yeah, I get that whole thing.
Because you're selling your confidence in yourself.
You're selling your confidence in the product to other people. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah.
No, but yeah.
But yeah,
in a way,
like you gotta be clear. You gotta over communicate. I will always over communicate. Then yeah.
You're both right. You gotta show the value of the product.
Yeah.
But
you have to believe in it too in order for you to sell it. Yeah.
Even if there's millions there.
Yeah.
If you cannot show that you are confident
in your belief,
how are you gonna make someone confident about it?
100%. 100%.
That's what he means.
So how do you build confidence? Let's just talk about that, and we'll come back to ambition part. So you were saying it was your family and stuff like that, but like not family, like your upbringing, and you're always confident, right? Like
no,
did you think?
I've not been always confident.
Okay.
I am very shy. Like I cannot.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it because
the
perspective that I'm getting is like, yo, you were always confident in this,
no,
but I want to hear it. But yeah,
even now I'm not. Okay,
yeah.
Let's put it this way. These guys know I have stage fright. Okay, so no matter how confident I am.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay,
see, there you go. So like that, I'm under depression, and that's why I just like throw it out there.
Even though I'm like super confident, it's because these guys know me, like in the sense where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if I don't know a certain a group of people, I cannot just get up in front of them. It's like I feel shy. I feel like conservative, and it's like to a point where it's like stage fright. Like I have to get over that, but like even now I like really have stage fright.
Yeah.
But like say I knew everyone in the crowd.
It's over.
It's over. Like I can talk circles.
You know one thing
it's weird.
One thing you can I want to add to that is when you're in that situation, this is what helped me kind of get over it too at one point.
Look at him naked.
A
lot of people say
sure, yeah.
I imagine they're naked.
Yeah, there you go. Sure,
yeah, seriously,
that's a tactic.
I've never heard that.
That's a tactic.
Yeah, I grew up.
That's a strategy to.
How does that help you?
I don't know. I've never tried.
You get comfortable.
You're self-conscious, right?
Yeah.
So if you think they're naked, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just mental.
We are all naked.
Or there's another one where you look at one person in the whole room.
Or look at the back of the wall.
Yeah, something like that.
Like when I'm looking at you, I'm not really looking at you. I'm looking at the back, so you build more eye contact. But I'm not really building eye contact. I'm looking at your fucking hat.
So they all think you're looking at them.
Yeah, but you know another thing you can do is I read this somewhere, and it was like, think of like, let's just say you're a completely new person. And this is how I do it mostly with my clients. And if I don't know them, it's the first time meeting them. In my head, I will make up a perception that this is my old friend that I haven't met in a long time. And right away, when I don't know you, I'm like, hey, how are you? Like they're like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, you gotta make them feel comfortable.
That's exactly it. So, in your head, you're like, yo, this is my friend for such a long time, even though you don't know the guy, but you just make up the perception. It's just like one of the tactics that I use, and it works.
But no, like I'm super shy in the sense that if I don't know you, it's like I'm gonna be like relaxed, calm, chill, and then once I get to know you, you'll get to know me better.
Yeah.
And like I'm more comfortable with you. But like I have like severe case of stage fright. Like I am.
What about you guys?
It's weird.
I'm pretty okay with talking to people, and even on the stage, I'm
Did you build it, or were you always like this, or?
I was pretty much always like this. Like, obviously, I've developed it more over time.
Of course.
But from the beginning, I've always been comfortable talking to people, on stage, talking to people one-on-ones. I've just been comfortable with it. I don't know.
Sure. What about you? Or what about Abdullah? Were you, what's it called?
Are you comfortable like talking to people stage related stuff?
If you weren't, how did you overcome it? Or are you still overcoming it? What is going on?
I haven't really been in many spots where I've been on the stage.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't. I know for a fact that a few years ago, if I was on the stage, I would freak out. Like I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know about right now. Because I don't get that opportunity. But regarding to.
Just like in a room, in a room full of people that you don't know, what happens then?
So like
I think now it's a very different thing.
Yeah.
Now it's completely different. Like I remember grade 9.
No, but
oh my god.
But he's still like quiet. He listens.
Let him
so much. It's an attribute that I want to learn personally.
Yeah.
He listens so much and speaks so little, but when he speaks, the whole room
that's actually so true. Yeah. Like even just in this conversation, the point that he said, and he shifted the conversation like that, I'm like, oh shit. Another co-host, but yeah. So yeah, man. But yeah. So like, what is it like? What did you feel about it? I know like people like they are very like fluent in telling their opinion. I want to hear from you.
Yeah, pretty much my whole life. Like I haven't been the person in the room that holds a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm usually the quieter person.
Sleep. Something.
Yeah, it went sleepy. Sleepy. But yeah, keep on.
But regarding being comfortable talking in any environment,
Yeah.
I definitely am more comfortable now.
No, of course.
Because back a couple of years ago, just coming into a different society,
Yeah.
made me real anxious. I get that because it's a whole different culture.
100%.
You know, but yeah, now that I'm here for a while, I'm more comfortable in this environment.
True. So what made you overcome that? Like, what made you overcome that?
I think just being myself, and when you stay in your environment,
Yeah.
that becomes your home. Like any shy person won't be shy at his own house, right?
100%.
So when this environment becomes my house naturally,
Yeah.
it's gonna be something I'm comfortable with.
This is his house, so he's talking.
Yeah.
That's it.
My house hasn't.
No, I know exactly what
Yeah, let's
Right,
get
yeah. But yeah.
Most calling out bad, eh?
No.
It's funny because
Yeah, I'm not calling out. I'm saying, yo.
This is the second time you called him out.
No, what do you mean?
Bro, before, remember
Second
he said
time?
something? He said something and you called him out on it.
What?
Ah, fuck. Bro, we gotta listen to the back. I swear to God, you called him out on
This is
something.
not okay. So see, that interpretation was completely like off. It was wrong. What I meant by it is like, yo, this is your home too. Like, you know, like you're treating it like your home, bro. What's wrong with you? You twisting my words out here, man. God damn it. But yeah,
Is
but
it
yeah.
royalty-free music?
Huh?
Is it royalty-free music?
Oh hell yeah, bro. You
I
don't see no.
copyrighted out yet.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that was a dope ass answer. So
Yeah, I rate that.
no, 100%. I'll go last. But yeah, let's hear. It was like Sarthak went, you went, he went. Yeah.
It's funny. Just like one quick point. I remember because I met Abdullah. I think Abdullah was the first.
Move it
person
towards
I-
yourself a little
sorry.
bit.
Abdullah was the first person I met. One of the first few people that I met when I came to Canada.
Yeah.
And then I met these two guys, and I remember when I first met him.
Yeah.
Oh my God! This was the type of dude that just very quiet, right? And I didn't kind of know how to be around someone that's that
Why?
quiet. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
CJ kills me, bro. But yeah.
What happened?
Keep on. No.
It's same thing when I met Sarthak and Zain. We had religion together. It was grade 10, 9 or 10 when I first met you.
No, I met him.
He- He wasn't in our religion class.
Okay, but I kid you not, these guys were like twins. Okay? These guys in grade 9 or 10 were dead ass identical. Sometimes you couldn't tell them apart. Bro, if we have pictures, or Faraz.
Looking wise or acting wise?
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah, I
Faraz,
would say him
they were
and
like fob, right?
Faraz,
They were like
Faraz.
fob. Straight out of Dubai or whatever. So it's they were getting accustomed to it. But when I was with a friend group, right now it's some of them I'm still friends with, but others it's just acquaintances kind of thing. But what I'm saying is when I first met these guys, why I smiled is because I remember at the time when I first met these guys, I was like, damn, I'm never gonna be these guys. I told these guys before about it. It's when I first met them, I was like, I do not see myself with them, going forward or whatever, because I was with a certain type of group at that point. And then I think we got to started getting to know each other the same year, kind of. And bro, ever since that, we got closer and closer and closer, and we started to realize this is you need people around you that think the same, not exactly that have different opinions too, but have that
But
same
goals.
ambition.
Goals,
That
all
same
that stuff
ambition.
that drives. Yeah.
And
We
realized
push each
that-
other.
And I was lucky to realize that because these guys
Look at him now.
perfect, obviously perfect that fits with me.
It's not a comfort zone. They always push each other. There's the drive that's there, and it motivates each other.
It was funny when I said, I was never gonna be friends with them or whatever, but then now it's they're my best friends.
You grew.
They're family,
Yeah.
this and that, and it's wow. It's if I didn't meet them, it's I
Yeah.
could not see myself with the people I was with
Boom.
before.
Yeah.
Those guys are
And listen, like I just want to go on a separate topic here. A lot of people you'll see on social media and everything every Friday or every weekend they're partying, drinking.
This topic comes up. I know what you're trying to bring up.
And
it goes on every
it
single
is-
podcast, but yeah.
And it is so wrong. Like I'll be honest. Last year I was a party person.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go, even though I was a party person. I didn't go to as many parties as people do now.
Mm-hmm.
Every weekend they go to a different club, drinking. You know, that night they're wasting. The next morning they're wasting, and it's that ambition hasn't kicked in for so many people because of the maturity and the mental.
Amen.
Can I say something based on
Amen.
that?
Amen.
But I agree with him to a certain aspect, but there's always like the certain type of people. Like, people could do that, but still be ambitious, still be making bank. Bro, okay. An example, my brother and his friends. They, like his friends, not my brother specifically, my brother's a different type person, but his friends literally go out every week to party. The club every weekend, this and that. One of his friends literally has an appointment every Friday at the barber's chair to get a haircut and then go out the night or the next day.
You gotta send it my way.
But no, bro, like the guy he
I
goes
know.
to is like high school man. Like,
Yeah.
Like man's have been going to him like, since high school. He's cut out his garage.
Totally get it. Yeah.
But anyways, like what I mean by that is like most of them are engineers. Most of the bankers, engineers, people that are making bank.
Teachers.
Teachers. But like at the same time, it's like they have that ambition, but like they also partying. But that's a small group of people.
Yeah, you're talking about the gray area right now.
Yeah, the gray area.
Yeah.
But I agree with him too.
Yeah, but a lot of people like they love all that stuff.
But what I'm trying to say is we cannot assume that they don't have ambition because they're partying. What I'm saying is like
no, I'm just saying no. I completely agree with that, but I'm just saying you shouldn't do it the same consistency I'm
to
saying
the point where it hinders your growth and your prosperity in the long run.
Like
Yeah,
there's
but
so many people on my Snapchat or thing. I see them every week doing something.
Yeah,
Don't worry about them.
Yeah, don't worry about
Don't
them.
worry about them.
Everyone has
I
their
get
own
it.
forget
No,
something.
I know.
I'm not worried about
That is a great point that you
Yeah.
bring up. But at the end of the day, look into it. And sometimes, you know, something like that when that happens, and then that used to be my pet peeve. Is that what you call it, pet peeve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be my thing. That like, yo, look at these people. Like, yo, why are they partying? At the end of the day, the time right when you look at it, get off your phone, go to work if you're really about it, and worry about your shit. Because at the end of the day, people want to change the world, but they don't want to change themselves. And I'm not saying you're not that person, but at the end of the day, that gives you a greater opportunity to pass them.
Yeah. When everyone's partying, you can be working. And
Exactly.
And
they will work for you in the long run.
And I'm not gonna lose any sleep about
Exactly.
I'm
Well, you
worrying
brought
about
up a great point.
But I mean, like it's just in general, society or our generation
People
Z
need to realize that.
is
Yeah.
just so focused on putting an appearance of them doing something, and in the back they're really nothing.
That is true.
Honestly, for me, like, you know, party or not party, you just gotta, this answer is honestly more so towards like an individual. Like, I can't really answer this question on behalf of a majority.
You're talking your story. You're
or
talking about your
yeah,
story.
or
So
a
hit us.
minority,
Hit
you
us
know?
with it.
So,
Yeah.
For me, it's more like if you can find kind of like your own balance between the two. Obviously, you don't want to be caught up in in kind of like a problem where, you know, you're either focusing more on one than the other. You always want to kind of be able to balance one or the other. And if you can do that, honestly speaking, if you want to party every week,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, you're doing your thing. You go to work, or you do your work, or you're an entrepreneur, or you go to your job, whatever you do, and you're still focused, you still have your ambitions, but, you know, you do all these other things just to kind of relax, or like kind of get a feel for, you know, what like life is, because as like for some people, you know, just saying. But yeah, like for me, it's more so like if you find your balance, not a balance, your balance.
Yeah.
You know, then
I love that.
fine.
I love it. That was like a cherry on top type of thing. I loved it. But just to add. Okay, go on. Yeah. Okay. Shit. What? Go, bro. I want you to talk.
Regarding this topic about, you know, people going to parties every weekend, I think it comes down to an individual, as Zain said.
Yeah,
it comes down to if you're happy with it, then sure.
Do your thing. Yeah.
If like me personally, last year,
Yeah.
in my first year of university,
Uh-huh.
like I lived in residence.
Yeah.
For 6 months, like twice a week,
Yeah.
I was going to a party. Because there were so many parties in my residence.
Cool.
So, but I was really happy during that time, and then time shifted, and I realized like, yo, I'm not really focusing on my goals, and that's where I was like, you know what, I have to sacrifice all of this. So I sacrificed that, and that's where I started focusing more on my goals, my ventures, my business, and I sacrificed all of that. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, yo, back then I was more satisfied. Like, even though I was partying twice a week,
Yeah.
I was more satisfied with where my life was. So some people, but while I was on the come up of starting my business, I was like, yo, screw these people that party every weekend. That's
what we were talking about. Yeah. Put your energy on yourself.
Yeah, put your energy on yourself. But back then I was like, yo, because I was getting out of that phase where I was partying every week. I started being like, yo, why are they partying every week? And that ended up in me pushing out a lot of people from my life. A lot of people that I used to party with. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, if I managed to have a balance, if I didn't necessarily cut off everything, if I didn't completely cut off my social life for my business, I would have been more satisfied with where I was right now. So what I'm getting at is, it's not necessarily to partying every week. There's nothing wrong with it. It comes down to if you're achieving your goals and being happy at the same time. It comes down to that.
And
I love it.
And to piggyback off that, we're not saying don't party at all. Like, we still have our fair share of fun. Like, next week we're going bar hopping.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago we went to a friend's party.
Yeah.
So it's like,
when I called you about this, you were at a party.
Exactly. When you called me about this,
yeah.
I was
you were
at a party.
You're like, hey Mo, I'm
at a party. Like,
yeah,
I got
what's
you.
up?
What's up? Right? I put that time out there, but like, at the end of the day, it's like, you gotta focus on your goal, focus on securing your bag.
Yeah.
And whatever else you do is just to let loose, have fun.
100%.
As long as you can get to that end goal, whatever is there in between, it doesn't really matter.
Amen.
You know? That's all I gotta say.
No, 100%. The whole perspective, all four of you guys, it hits home. You just figure out your shit, what works for you, and boom. But moving back to the ambition part, I know we didn't we're going like we're pretty much hopping from one to the other, which is totally cool. Let's keep it going.
Could I get some
Water?
water?
Funny?
Funny.
You can I get some too?
Of course. But yeah, you tell me yours.
So I'm at kinesiology right now, at York, and what really inspired me, I've always been a sport person.
Yeah.
Always been into cricket, soccer, or football, and I've always wanted to do something sport related. So for me to go into kinesiology and pursue physiotherapy and kinesiology is something that I've always wanted to do, and it just speaks to me from the beginning because like I've always been a sports person, so it fits really well for me. And that's pretty much it for me. Well, what about you, Abdullah? What got you started into business?
For me, what my upbringing, what I've seen is everything.
Yo, hold that thought right now.
Think.
I know.
No,
I need to go take a break a little bit. I'll be right back. It's a little while. Yeah.
Yo,
It's
Mo,
the
I
rolling.
was gonna say,
What?
can I go to the back?
I was about to be like, can we take a little break?
A little break.
Well, I have a question for you actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to say it now or you want me to wait.
No, we're gonna stop it real quick. Actually, no, we're gonna keep it rolling. I'm gonna edit it after. Like, not edit it, but we'll do that thing. Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
No,
take 5.
We'll wait for you.
No, take 5.
Yeah.
6.5 hours later.
Quick. Hold it in for like 30 minutes.
with the mission and why it's important, I think it's pretty obvious why it's important to reach your end goal wherever you find your happiness is.
What is yours?
What?
Your goal, your ambition. Yeah. What is yours? Like, we get why it's important.
There's many things I want to do, but I need to have enough resources, a lot of resources that will help me achieve those goals. And with my wife, my whole life, like I've seen everything revolves around money. So like me personally, like my family came from literally nothing. So we came from really humble beginnings. And my grandfather, uh, when he passed away and he left his inheritance, my father got a fraction of what his brothers got.
Like very small.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it was really unfair and it was injustice, and that became my father's why, and he ended up like out earning all of them, like by far. And but my dad came up, like his business started blowing up, like five years ago. So my childhood, we didn't have that much money. So and what I realized was our relatives didn't really respect us because we didn't have that much money. We were always looked down upon. We were my friends, my cousins used to make fun of us for the cars I used to pull up to in school with.
Really?
What the hell? Shallow freaking. But yeah, keep going. Yeah.
And in school, I remember like everything we had to do, we couldn't do because we didn't have money, and I still haven't really been to a vacation with my family, and I've always told my mother like, yo, I'll take you to a proper vacation when I'm financially free, but like in like grade 3 or 4,
Yeah.
like I always wanted to eat from the restaurant in our school. It was like it's called a canteen over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, in Pakistan, right?
Oh
Yeah.
my, not
I love
Pakistan.
them.
It's like Dubai too.
Everywhere, yeah.
So every time I would get my lunch would be bread and some shitty apple jam. That's it. And
I know the struggles, yeah.
and my friend, I had this friend who was balling. He used to bring 300 rupees to school, which
lot.
which used to be equivalent to
Yeah.
$4 back then, but that is
In
a
Pakistan,
lot.
it's a lot of money.
So you could buy like 20 slices of pizza from the canteen. So I had this idea because to get to the canteen you have to wait 15 minutes in line, and our recess time was 30 minutes. So I would tell them, I'll stay in line for you, just give me like 100 rupees or something. So that's what
Business from a young age.
so I saved up. I made I don't know, like 4,000 rupees doing this, but I was like in
61s?
back then, yeah.
Conversion rate was ridiculous back then.
Yeah, but that helped me, just buy things I wanted from the canteen, and so my whole life, like I've seen money makes the world go round. So that basically is my why, and there's some things like I wanna, and what I saw was there's like now I'm at the point where I'm like, yo, I have a lot of blessings compared to what I used to have.
Of course.
Like what I used to have in my childhood. So now I'm like, for me, I've set a responsibility to be able to give back. Like there's certain things that I want to do. Is like I don't know when I'll be able to do this, but like in I don't know, let's say like 10 years from now, like have like a non-profit organization to help entrepreneurs who don't have budgets, or help
As an investor kind of thing.
yeah, so cause and have them and force it upon them to pay it forward after that. I'm not gonna make any money off them, but so that
Non-profit organization.
yeah, so that should spark a change in our country.
Like in
That's-
Pakistan?
Yeah. And another thing is over there, like what I see from my even sisters is they don't have the freedom like I do. Like my mom was a whole mess back in her time. So and even right now, like I remember talking to my cousin and she was like, she wanted to, be successful at her job, get a higher position, but the manager, some manager at a different company, like her company's client, didn't want to talk to her just because she was female.
Really?
Ouch. Back home?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, you know, like you get to a point where you're like, I want to get to a point where I'm like, you know what, whatever business you have, like I'll fund you, and then you can tell that guy, fuck you. You know, like shitty people like that who make fun of you for not having enough money, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much my boy.
You're a good person, man. Just from this conversation, I learned so much about you, and it's amazing. Your stories are they're like very. It resonates with a lot of people, and then like the way you tell your stories is like it's coming from like the bottom of your like it's like a passion. It's like coming from the bottom of your heart, which is amazing. That's dope, man. But at the end of the day, those people, they're super unhappy with themselves. It's a shallow lifestyle that they live, and at the end of the day, you using it as a motivation, which is cool. I like that. I actually like that.
Yeah, because even Gary Vee says this: the people who hate on others, they actually have a really miserable life themselves.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening to the people, you know, who they press down upon, is they're not able to.
They're crippled.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're not strong enough mentally, they will get crippled and they won't do anything, and they will feel bad for themselves, which I totally get. And you want to
start blaming on others.
You wanna be the light in the room where like, yo, I want to help all these people. Either if it's your mom, if it's like entrepreneurs back home, or anywhere that's looked down upon. So you're actually using the negativity as a force to push you towards like, you know, becoming that person that can help all these people. But one thing I would add to that is your actions, bro. Your actions, like, I don't know you, and I'm not passing any judgments, but I'm saying, is when you, like, I do this with myself all the time, I'm like, are my actions really aligning with what I want? And I know your family's good now, you guys are, like said, for a long time, which is amazing, good for you guys, and I love the fact that you actually want to do it yourself, like your own 2 feet. You want to be independent, and you want to build that confidence in yourself with that thing, like, about the whole standing with your own 2 feet, which is amazing. Yeah, man, do your thing.
I do execute a lot, like
you don't have to tell me. I don't know about it.
Yeah,
it's for yourself.
yeah.
It's for yourself. I don't know what you do with the day-to-day life, and it's totally your thing. But that's what I'm saying. For anybody, I at least do it to myself.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, and sometimes it's mostly in the dark. Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, just do
Behind
your thing.
the scenes,
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Sure.
So, like, I feel like out of the whole thing, you have like a dope reason that you're actually pushing forward. Like, you're pushing forward, but like you just need to keep going, and then you need to, like, you know, or I do it for myself. That's what I'm saying. Like, I resonate with your story a lot. To a certain extent, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I do these things for myself. It might work for you, might not work for you, but there's a lot of mental game that you're playing with yourself in order for you to keep pushing. Some people don't understand it. Screw it. Keep it going. Let's get the show rolling. So yeah, so that was actually dope. But yeah, so
that was pretty fun.
Before we go, I actually started this question last time. And I think most of the people, you've definitely answered it. You want to help other people. What do you want to? Yeah, and then what you want to be remembered of, like remembered by before you leave this world. But yeah, so anything you guys want to add to, like, you know, what you want to do, or anything you want to say to the people, or like what your message is, or anything like that, or to put into like simpler terms from your life, from your perspective, speak your truth, and everything will follow. Is yeah. What is the what do you want to be remembered for when you leave? I know you guys are super not super. You guys are mature enough to be able to answer that question, and even if you don't have it, you're still finding it. So hit us with it. He already did it. I loved it.
I'm honestly still finding about what I want to be remembered by. That's actually a question I haven't asked myself that often.
Yeah.
Which I should. But I'm still looking for it. Like, I honestly don't know what like it's hard to say.
100%.
At this point. So I'll get back to that one.
Thanks for being honest.
Yeah.
Craig.
That's a really good question, and like my friend over here, like, I really haven't thought about it, to be honest. Like, and I should definitely be thinking about that. But I don't think, like, obviously, like, you want to be remembered, like, you want to make an impact on someone's life, even if it's not on a large scale. Even one person, you know, like,
Boom.
make someone remember you by helping them out or doing whatever. Everyone wants that.
Yeah.
So obviously I gotta self-reflect and think about that, but that's definitely a topic for another podcast.
Amen to that. Zain,
Well,
move it all the way to yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, in terms of setting permanence, okay, the way I'd answer this question is, first of all, I feel like at this point right now, I mean, I'm only 19, you know.
You're 19?
Bro, I'm 18.
We all are 19, 18.
God damn it!
So-
I love it.
Bro, my birthday's next week. Shout me out.
So-
All your Instagrams are going underneath it, so yeah.
Of course, no. So in terms of that, like I feel like probably I'm not entitled enough, I guess, to say what I want to be left for. But
No,
I do.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I do want to be remembered in specific people. Like, not like I don't really care about how I leave my legacy. Although, like, yeah, of course, I want to be the, like, you know, a great filmmaker. I want to have that, and I know I do have potential, but what I do want to leave behind is more so geared towards one person.
Hit us
And
with it.
this one person was someone, I don't want to disclose who it is, but
Cool.
it was someone extremely close to me,
Uh-huh.
and they basically said, because I told them, I was like, you know, like, I think if I really, you know, put my front foot forward, like, I can do something with film and I can do something with media. And they looked at my face and they straight up said, when you do something, then come back to me. They kind of like taunted me. And this was like about like 3-4 years ago. And like extremely close to me. So I kind of, I don't know why, but every single time that I do anything in terms of, you know,
I hope it wasn't
hustling-
me.
Huh?
I hope it wasn't me.
No, in terms of hustling,
Oh.
yeah, in terms of hustling or side hustle or whatever, that one thing just keeps replaying in my head, you know. Like when someone says something, yeah, it might not mean the same to you guys, you know, of course, but it resonated with me in a way where I can't just never leave.
Oh, we got what you mean.
It hit you.
It hit me in a way that just,
In a way that's driving you.
yeah, and I want to leave permanence in that person's head. Like that's more so.
He's
the
coming
way-
for the head top.
I don't know.
No, thank you for saying that. I really mean it. Couple. I feel like this is a whole different topic that we could go on for an hour, but I'm gonna wrap this real quick. You kind of going with what he said to show people that you're like, you know, for that person that I did this. I feel like it's a dark side. It's the dark side of human human characteristics or human behavior.
Exactly.
Dark side of human behavior. Use it
Like it isn't the best thing, but you know.
for a certain period of time.
Motivation.
Yes, yeah, no, I get what you mean, but in the tough times, that will push you way further than regular motivation or regular things. Because motivation is only temporary in my point of view.
Goal is what matters.
Exactly, and then you build a habit, and then it's just a regular thing. But to both your points, write their name down. Write their name down. Put it up on a wall. Or put it on a piece of. I don't know if this is healthy, but in the really tough times, it can be really helpful.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It can be really helpful.
Put it in a lockbox.
No, not even a lockbox on your screen.
Yeah, just on your screen.
On your screen in your room.
So you have constant
Yeah.
reminders that hey, this is what I want to do. This is
Yeah.
what I want to tell this person, and whenever you see that thing, it reminds you
But-
what happened.
Yeah. So and that's one side of the story. But if you
You
use
should
it,
also do it for yourself.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get
Of
to.
course,
Yeah,
of course.
that's exactly what I'm trying to get to.
Of course, but-
Yeah, like that thing can only be used in like small periods of time. If it's sustained over a long period of time,
For your entire
No,
life.
exactly, it's gonna ruin all of us.
Obviously,
If
you want to prove something.
Yeah.
Then you build that kind of ego towards
Exactly.
your success.
And like
Yeah.
it's like a teacher telling you you're never gonna make it in
Yeah.
life
Oh, yeah.
if you don't do this, if you don't do science, maths, nothing.
Yeah,
It's like use that as motivation to prove them wrong, but at the same time do it for yourself. Do it
Exactly.
For what you love, not because
Great
someone else
point.
said you can't do it.
great freaking point.
Because everyone will be like, oh, you can't do it, you can't do this,
Yeah.
you can't do that. Doesn't mean you want to prove them wrong. You just want to do something that you love, and eventually you will prove them
You
wrong.
know
Yeah.
the best part about this whole thing?
What?
Is like we're not like accomplished people like sitting here.
Yeah, we're
just like,
we're not fronting. We're not fronting. That's the best thing about this. Yeah.
It's so great.
we're
to have
students.
just,
We're literally just
like
students.
we just
We're telling our
ordinary
stories.
Yeah.
individuals, and you like just goes to show you don't have to be some top shot or hot shot guy that comes on a podcast and talks. Like, you know, sometimes you just need real people.
We are talking about the process, and in order to, I say this all the time, almost in every episode, is the time will be the best judge, and the people that do become extraordinary, their work will show.
Very fair.
So everybody set our ambitions. Cool.
Okay.
Let's see in 10 years where we're at, or 20 years, or 30 years.
This is just the beginning. This is
Yeah.
this is our view of how things are gonna go in life. This is what motivates us. This is what drives us.
This is who you are right now. Yeah.
Get us to where we want to go.
Yeah.
And that's that.
100%.
Regarding what you said about writing someone's name down, I'm not saying I hate to any particular person or individual.
it's not about hating.
What I was getting it at is some people are crippled because society doesn't give them enough opportunities, and it's just I'm not hitting on anything. I'm just saying
The best people in the world have come from the worst situations. So let's just put that out there. Don't feel sorry for yourself and push.
That's what makes you a better person.
Exactly.
Experiencing the hard times.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have hard times, what's the point? Then you're just gonna get to a certain point and it's like you don't know. You've never experienced that. You don't know the values of life. You don't know the values of hard work, success, to be able to get to a certain point, right? Because you've always been there. So you should always cherish the hard times. You should take it on the chin and move on from it because that's what's gonna make you a better person.
And also like screw the judgment.
Exactly.
Like screw the judgment.
Going back to your thing, you know that person that was super close to you. Sometimes our closest people don't get where we're coming from, so that their one comment can hinder our whole growth for such a long time. So that's why, just to throw it out there super quick, is don't let other people's approval or negative comments affect you. So balance that shit out.
That's why that person ain't in the picture no more. Because you don't keep negative people around you.
Amen. You know what I love right now is like what's it called? Age is just a number. I totally believe that. Is only 19 years young, and like you guys are far ahead of your time. So let's keep killing. Let's keep the same mentality of growth and stuff like that. And yeah, man, keep it pushing.
Bro, just.
I think people will find a way to hate everything you do.
Yeah.
So it's completely unnecessary to be to care about someone's judgment. Because if you do anything that's outside the norm, people will hate you on that. And I don't know who said this to me, but in my past network marketing company, the guy said, there's only one thing you can do, self-employed, that no one will hate you for it, and that's selling ice cream.
Yeah. 100%. Instagram quote. Yeah. I see that all the time. I love it. But yeah.
Alright.
It's true. Yeah. That can be applied to everything. But yeah.
So
let's wrap it up.
I guess just all you gotta say is strive for greatness and stay 10 toes down. That's all I gotta say. That's what resonates with me. LeBron James, strive for greatness.
You're authentic.
And Nipsey Hussle, 10 toes down.
Rest
no
in
matter
peace.
what life
R.I.P.
throws at you,
R.I.P.
stay true to it.
R.I.P.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
And thank you for having us, Mo. It's been
thank you very
truly
much,
great opportunity, and I've learned some things. I'm sure we all have learned some things about each other that we didn't know. And
especially Abdullah. I'm super drawn to that story.
It's really eye-opening, and you see the world from different perspectives. Thank you for having us. It's been truly a real pleasure.
Thank you for being here. Honestly, this was dope. Turned out dope.
Let's go.
All right, this is it.
You can't end off like that.
What do you mean?
End it off with something motivational from you part and be like, stay tuned for something else. You gotta hype it up. You gotta hype up your next fucking podcast. Or something like that.
Alright, we're still rolling. Alright, so
we're done talking. Now you end it off.
No. You guys already said the things that needed to be said, and to me, in the first couple episodes, I talked about me a lot, but at the end of the day, I want to hear the other person's point of view. And I already have my point of views, which will come across bits by bits, pieces by pieces, every time somebody comes on. Like I spoke, I went on a couple of rants, but essentially, at the end of the day, it's about sharing your stories. And then from your stories, and then honestly, each and every one of you it's probably one of the best ones I've done yet. Is you guys said so much that could empower. That's the right word, yeah. Empower other people, and then just get the mentality and like where it comes from, and just like don't let people opinions ruin you. Just keep it pushing and balance it out. So again, yeah. So this whole podcast is literally built around that, and as long as I keep doing that, and I hear the other person, yeah.
For not only cutting our hair,
yeah,
but giving us an opportunity just to talk.
No, honestly, thank you for sharing your stories.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
100%. But that's one thing I learned. Just be yourself. You won't have to switch up the mask and everything. And I think that's been the best thing for me in such a long time. But yeah. Again, I'm excited for every single time. Sometimes I get down, but I'm excited for every single episode. So yeah, just end it off like that. Just like perfect. This is it.
All right.
Just keep it rolling.
Peace.